this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee. Coming to the far sideline, down to the 45 to the 40, 35-30. Is there a flag on the play? I don't see one. 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown! Tennessee scores!
Yeah, the sun's burning fog off the Tennessee. The Vol Navy's making waves, and it's orange they believe. Vol Nation's tailgating, and they're raring to go. Yeah, when Neyland gets to rocking, it's a hell of a show. And man, you won't believe.
Welcome, everyone, to the Vols Deep podcast on this Wednesday night. Get it out of the way. It's September 11th. We want to give our condolences to the 2,977 people who lost their life that day and their family. It's weird to think back on that day and where you was when it happened.
Yeah,
So,
it's a day that none of us will ever forget. You know, we saw that day what hero meant, and that was by all those firefighters, police, EMTs, and everyone who dedicated their lives to saving others.
Yeah, amen. Man, I was in 5th grade whenever that happened. They pulled a TV in the room and showed us what was going on.
yeah, same as I remember I was on the playground at school. So, yep.
I
So
was
just,
almost 2 years old.
Yeah, you are a baby, Spanky. The Vols are 2-0 with another dominating win. The number 24 were the number 24 NC State Wolfpack had very little bite for the now ranked number 7 Tennessee Volunteers on Saturday night.
Made the Wolfpack look like a puppy pen.
I got the best birthday present ever, man. Big orange win.
That was a good one. We're coming to you live on Facebook and TikTok per usual. The normal crew, Spur, Josh, and Spanky with me tonight. How are y'all holding up?
Fine, Danny, and sweet as candy.
And I'll tell you, is it Saturday yet? And you know, before we get too far into the show tonight, the three of us here, Vol Daddy, would like to congratulate you on your wedding this past week. So
okay.
Congratulations on getting married. You know,
Congratulations.
You're in our thoughts as you embark on this wonderful journey of marriage.
Man, I'm just kind of upset we didn't get to have a bachelor party.
Bachelor party. Yeah, it was a quick one, man.
Yeah. Where was our invite to the bachelor party?
I drew out of that cup at I don't know what time, but about an hour later, I was married. So
We still love you, Luke.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad that's all it was. I'm glad that's all it was.
It wasn't even that bad, people. Like, I had it worse than he did.
You did have it worse. Yeah, you had it worse. We have a
Good
great
job,
show lined up for y'all tonight. We're fired up about it as well. But first, let's thank the ones who make this show possible every single week. Check out the bottom of the screen. VFL Stephen Hensley Insurance and Realty, 865 Exterior Solutions, Hound Dogs, Knoxville, Tennessee Trends, Freedom Motors, the Vol Navy. We'll tell you more about our great sponsors throughout our show. We just wanted to give you all a shout out before we get Vols deep in y'all tonight. Edith is fired up. Edith said I was the stripper at the bachelor party.
That's why we went in there.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have ever been there then.
Edith says, woo-wee, let's see how red I can make Josh's face tonight. Marty Allen Cox says, go Vols, baby.
Go Vols.
Vols.
Clay says, go Vols. And Buck Fama, we agree.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
Kelsey
Amen.
says, them dance moves, Spanky.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chris is liking Edith already. On the agenda tonight, we're going to discuss Tennessee versus NC State more in depth. And, of course, we'll preview Tennessee's opponent this week, Kent State. It's going to get ugly.
Yes, it is.
It'll be over by halftime again.
It'll be fun, though. We'll give our thoughts, predictions, and keys to the Week 3 matchup. We will have our football Pickems. We'll go over last week's football Pick'em results, who won and who must step out of the cup of misfortune. We'll also reveal last week's listener Pick'em winner, who will be gifted a $25 gift card and some cool items from the Vol Navy. As always, we have the normal start bench cut, one word, over, under, and of course, we have the duel. Who will be the champ tonight?
The champion's sitting right here. I just plan on keeping this.
It's coming back home with me tonight.
Spanky, when's the last time you won the duel?
You want to touch it for once?
It's been a while.
You want to touch it? You want to touch it?
He's not won it since I've been on here.
It's been a while. But
You're pretty consistent. But Spanky, he's been struggling.
I know it is what it is. Look, I don't care. They don't have to type on the comments here as long as they type in the DMs. I don't care. It don't bother me.
Lord have mercy, son.
Look, I will say this that not a lot of people I think realize here. I am one of the founding members of this podcast here, ladies and gentlemen. I am one of the oldest guests on this show here. I don't know if people want
Are
to
you
see
saying
me
the
forget
game's
that.
passed you by now? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know about Otis Spanky.
Well, we know Mr. Gray Hair
Yeah,
right there.
Josh Burns, Spanky will go head-to-head with 5 tough questions. The listeners vote in the comments, so we'll need the opinions of our listeners. Stick around for that. Did you already show the people the belts,
I
Burns?
showed the
You
belt.
showed it to
We
them?
can show it again.
Hit TikTok real quick. Mike wants to know, Oregon State, who's your pick? Stick around. We're going to do our pickems towards the end of the show. Jay says got Kent State on the money line.
Well, you wasted that money.
Edith got.
What about Edith?
That's a good one.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that's a good one. Read it, Luke.
Edith says, I do give Josh a hard time, but I'm glad y'all stopped making him wear that worst coach shirt with the big WC on it. I thought that was a little too far.
I got nothing.
Yeah, well. Y'all got a big game this week. Ona's coming to Wartburg, you know. That's a
Yeah, we'll see
that should
what
be a
happens.
pretty good time Friday night
Indian
in the rain.
Chris says, start Edith, bench Spanky, cut Josh.
Why does everybody hate me? What did I do to everybody?
And I'm just sitting here.
Kevin says, go Vols from Lexington, Kentucky.
Hey,
Go
thank
Vols. Mason says, dropping 60 this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
you, if we want to.
If we want to. Yeah, we'll see. We're going to grade position groups from last week's game, and we'll give our opinion on if the team that showed up versus the Wolfpack completed General Nealon's game maxims. We'll go over the new coaches and AP poll briefly. Let's give a big shout-out to our friend and Vol for Life, Stephen Hensley. Can't wait to come to the Vol Navy and get on your yacht this weekend, by the way.
Cannot wait. I was talking to him about it earlier.
Last.
Stephen can offer insurance to the entire state of Tennessee. Not only can Stephen insure literally anything you can think of, but he's also the best realtor in all of East Tennessee, and it's not even close. Check him out on Facebook. He posts very informative information daily on insurance and realty. Text or call him anytime, 865-742-1672. That's his personal line, and let him know the Vols Deep podcast sent you.
Yeah, I've already learned so much off Steven just from watching his videos on his Facebook page. So it's informative. He knows his stuff, no doubt.
There
I
is
don't know what he's talking about, but I know he's very passionate about it, and he's making
He is.
sense of it.
there is nobody better in the business.
No, Stephen is the best. Edith says it's okay, Josh. I leave Spanky speechless all the time.
Well,
Sound
you
like
can
she
ha-
had you stuttering there for a minute.
It's hard to keep a straight face. Almost 1,000 likes already on TikTok. We appreciate y'all very, very much. As always, you all get the second hand, kind of the backstage view. They won't let us stream what we're doing on Facebook here. So if you want to check us out on Facebook, you can look us up, Vols Deep. That's Vols with an A and a W. You got to say it with your chest.
Vols, baby.
We will, if we don't see your comment, feel free to copy and paste that sucker as many times as you want until we see it. There's a lot that come in, and it's hard for us to see them all. I got some Georgia fans on TikTok. Don't start barking at us if you don't care.
Good Lord.
We'll give you a treat if you don't bark.
Yeah.
Can't stand
Come pet you on the head.
Yeah.
Good puppy.
Tennessee comes in at number 7 in the latest AP poll and number 9 in the coaches poll. Talk about a big jump there.
A very well-deserved, huge jump after
Rightfully
Saturday.
deserved. We finally. I feel. Me personally, I feel like that's our best spot right there.
You know, the national media had to take notice. We're one of the very few top 15 teams that's played well both weeks. We destroyed a top 25 team this past week, and we have a defense to go with Josh Heupel's offense now. It's awesome, guys. When Kirk Herbstreit says on national TV on ABC, Kirk Herbstreit says that Tennessee is a legit top 10 team, maybe better, then you know we're making headway because Kirk Herbstreit never
picks
praises the Vols
us,
like that.
praises us
But he
nothing.
certainly has now. 7-9 is about where I expect us to land. It's a great time to be a Vol.
It is. Decade of the Vols, man. Decade of the Vols.
The Vol Fanatic Show says that Josh Pate, we're number 5 in his poll. Yeah, Josh Pate says we're a national championship contender. That's a whole lot better than a playoff contender.
Some pundits have us as high as 3.
It's awesome to see.
Let's just show up,
The
play on the
growth,
field. That's all that matters.
We take care of our business, the rest will fall into place.
Exactly.
Yeah, glad some voters are starting to see what we've known and what we've said for weeks now, but we're still not finished. A lot of work left to do. In front of us, you're going to have Georgia at 1, Texas at 2, Ohio State at 3, Alabama at 4. I don't know how they don't get punished. I still think if South Florida goes for it on 4th down instead of kicking that field goal, I think that's a totally different ball game.
Oh, absolutely.
But, Ole Miss 5 and Missouri at 6. Them are the teams that are in front of us. Thoughts on the teams that are in front of Tennessee?
Bama should not, like you said, should not be in front of us, man. After that showing they put out on Saturday, and I'm taking nothing away from Alex Golish and South Florida.
They've got to give Bama fits. It seems like
man, he's doing something right down there, and it terrifies me because I'm afraid Florida, when they fire Sunbelt Billy, will go after him.
Let's not bring that into existence, because Alex Golish to Florida scares the living daylights out of me.
They've been talking about it on the radio, and
But as you said, Bama looked unimpressive. It was against that USF team that always gives a fits, like you just said, Spanky.
They had problems with their defensive line.
The other teams in front of us, I could see, except for Missouri. I still think they're overrated. Time will tell on those. Missouri has a tough matchup this week. They play Boston College. So
we'll see where they're at.
It's going to be a great game.
a sleeper game. That could be a good game.
They get through that game fairly easily. I might change my mind about them, but right now, I still think they're a little bit overrated.
that's one of the biggest tests they're probably going to have with with the schedule that they've got blessed with this year. 1.2 thousand likes on TikTok. We appreciate it very much. Keep it going for us. Dakota wants to know what our Oklahoma score prediction is.
We will give that next week.
Yeah, we'll give it next week. We got some Roll Tides in the comments.
I will say this, Valdaddy, you may not know it, or y'all may not have realized it yet. Tennessee opened up as a 3.5-point underdog against Oklahoma, and in 4 days, we're now 2.5-point favorites. That's how much the line has moved already.
It'll continue to move, I think.
Edith says Tyree West gets after the ball like Spankins gets after me.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I love it.
She's being nice to you, Spanky.
I
know. Penn State, Oregon, and Miami are what's going to finish off the top 10. I'm not really sure how Oregon isn't getting punished either. Back-to-back weeks, they've looked absolutely awful.
I mean, and Boise State's a good team. Don't get me wrong, but Idaho is not.
Yeah.
They struggled mightily against Idaho.
Yeah.
The mighty Vandals up there.
Yeah, Oregon's proven that they're the best team that's in Idaho. That's about all they've proven so far.
Yeah.
Miami does look the part. Penn State, they were a little shaky.
Is there any other team in Idaho?
Well,
I'm sure. But
Idaho State? Maybe. I don't know. Idaho.
Is Miami overrated to you all, or?
Time will tell on that. I think they'll win the ACC, but that really ain't.
Ain't saying much.
I think Miami's good where they're at right now. But, it's still early in the season. We'll find out this week, though.
Winning the ACC is like kissing your aunt in a bottle spinning contest.
USC comes in at 11. Looks like they have a little bit of a defense now, maybe. 12 Utah, 13 Oklahoma State, 14 Kansas State, 15 Oklahoma.
I told you before the season started, Oklahoma State.
They've been at 15 for, 3 weeks now?
They're creeping up,
Oklahoma
though, man.
Sat right there.
Ollie Gordon, he's the man. I'm telling y'all. Hey, he will be at the Heisman Award ceremony in December. I don't say he's going to win, but he'll be.
That running back from Boise State might mess around and be there if he continues that streak he's on. He's already scored 8 touchdowns in 2 games.
LSU 16, Michigan 17. How is Michigan at 17? I'm not sure.
Well, how's this next one?
Yep, and then you've got Notre Dame at 18.
How are those two still ranked?
It's all about
If we lose to an unranked team at number whatever Michigan was last week, we're cooked.
All this is too is the preseason voters. They've just got so much pride that they're not gonna admit that they was just that bad off.
Drew says Boise State's in Idaho, Spur. I did not.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
Did not know that.
Oregon-
No.
Oregon-
That is a good
Oregon's
point.
the two best
Drew.
teams in
I
Idaho
didn't even
now.
think about Boise.
Didn't even
That's
think
what I'm
about
saying.
it. Didn't think about it.
Didn't even think about it. 19 Louisville, 20 Arizona, 21 Iowa State, 22 Clemson, 23 Nebraska, 24 Boston College, And 25, NIU.
I like it.
I like it.
Did they really put NIU in the top 25 just because they beat Notre Dame?
Just because they beat Notre Dame.
Give it to them.
That's funny stuff right there, guys.
Ain't they undefeated?
Yeah, they're 2-0. There's no way NIU's one of the top 25 teams in the country.
Well, Notre Dame ain't either, but they're ranked,
That's
what,
a good
13?
point.
Yeah, Edith says they had to put
Michigan.
NIU in to keep Notre Dame in the top 25.
That's
That's
it.
right.
Because it's a top 25 loss for Notre Dame.
Yeah, guess what? They're better than Notre Dame. You know, they straight up beat them too. It wasn't a fluke. They dominated the whole game.
Over 2,000 likes on TikTok. We appreciate y'all very, very much. We've got a Boomer Sooner in the comments.
Jim Ross.
We'll see you next week, Boomer Sooner.
Luke says Alabama, Oklahoma State, and Missouri are way overrated. He says Miami is for real.
Is that Boomer Sooner on TikTok or on our Facebook there, Valdetti?
That's TikTok.
Well, you know, Boomer Sooner there on TikTok. We'll see you come next Friday or Saturday night down there in Oklahoma. We may do a live broadcast while we're there.
Yeah,
You know it's on TikTok because they can't operate Facebook down in Oklahoma. They only do TikTok because it's a short attention span.
sing us some "Ain't No Love in Oklahoma." Span.
Ain't no love in Oklahoma. Hey, I'm telling you, like that song needs to be used. And I was thinking about this today. I was getting this might be emotional, but I was getting emotional. I was thinking of these like little videos I could make. But like one is the song Lainey Wilson talking about where she's from, Oklahoma, and all that stuff, and someone could make it of Hypel. And I was just like, man, this got me all emotional. Then Ain't No Love in Oklahoma came on, and I was ready to run through a brick wall.
Okay.
All right, man.
We went way off the deep end there.
Yeah.
Nico Iamaleava has been awarded with 2 more weekly awards, one being the Manning Star of the Week, which goes to the top quarterback of the week, and the other being the SEC Freshman of the Week that he was awarded with last week as well. These awards are going to keep rolling in for Nico.
Yeah, he just keeps racking them up, man. I got stopped when we was in Charlotte this past weekend. I don't know if you was next to me or not. Dude with a camera and a microphone put it in my face. He said, "How do you pronounce Nico's your quarterback?"
Yeah, I just walked away. I mean, I just drifted
Did
away.
you know
there.
it?
Yeah, I knew
He,
it. He was like, "It's Iamaleava."
you say it,
Iamaleava.
Spanky.
Eva Maliava.
Iamaleava.
Why are you
Iamaleava.
saying Eva? Why are you
That's
saying
awful.
Eva?
Eva Maliava.
No, it's not. There's no V in it. Iamaleava.
I'll get it one day for the end of the season. I'll try it.
He's
doubt
doing
it.
better than he did last week.
But you know, you might as well make Nico the Freshman of the Week this week too, and pretty much every other week. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Just
Make
name
him
it.
the
Just name it the
sophomore,
Nico
junior, and
Award for
senior
this year.
week, too.
Let's see, and then we've got Cooper Mays. He got awarded Lineman of the Week. 16 straight games without allowing a sack.
Yeah, Cooper Mays is going to earn some money next season in the NFL. He's proven to be one of the best centers in the entire country.
Yeah, Cooper, he's leaps and bounds better than what he was last year. He's healthy right now, so.
Here's a question we could all probably discuss here. Is he better than his brother?
Yes.
Think so?
I absolutely think so.
I think it's up there.
I think Cade is he a free agent right now? I think he is.
He was playing for Carolina. He
He
might
was
as well be a free
Carolina,
agent if you're in Carolina, though.
The start time for the SEC opener for the Vols in Norman, Oklahoma has been set 7:30 on ABC, another primetime game.
3 weeks in a row.
Hey, listen, we're going to beat Kent State by whatever point spread we want to beat them by. We look at past them to Oklahoma. You know what? I am 100%. I'll just be honest about it. We get Oklahoma at night on ABC. It's our first SEC game. I predict College Game Day is going to be there. This will be a statement game for one of these two teams. I love our chances to go into Norman and come out with a huge win. I can't wait to be there. Josh Heupel's coming home and leaving with a W.
I've said it since this game got announced, man. He's not going back to Oklahoma and coming back with a loss. He's going there to take some heads off.
That's why he's got a little more edge about him too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd say this Kent State game, no offense to them, this is the type of game where all week at practice your starters are going against what Oklahoma's going to do, but your second string guys are going over what Kent State's going to do.
Now, I'm confident that Josh Heupel's going to have Tennessee ready to play. And again, we beat them by whatever we want to beat them by. We got some Hurricane Francis remnants coming through, so hopefully it's not a soggy, wet game. But if it is, it's not going to matter.
I'll still have fun. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It's going to be wet and wild, like it like 'em.
I think Game Day or SEC Network will be there. Hopefully,
Game
Tulane
Day.
don't mess that up for us this week. But
I think SEC Network said they was going to be here this week, didn't they?
No, we're talking about Oklahoma next
Oklahoma.
No, I'm talking about this week, though.
week. And who knows where they're at,
Game day's at South Carolina.
which is crazy.
Spur and I will be there, so we're fired up to
Can't
make
wait.
the trip.
Can't wait.
ESPN FPI, the Football Power Index, they give Tennessee a 65.3% chance to make the playoffs. Before the season, it was 36%, so they're climbing there. They give Tennessee a 13.9% chance to make the national championship game and a 6.8% chance to win the national championship.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
So there's a chance.
A lot better than what it was before season, so they like what they're seeing. I want to thank my friend Amy Maxwell of Tennessee Trends. Amy specializes in both junior and women's clothing. Her game day clothing is amazing. Clothes, shoes, and accessories. Football season is here. Go check her stuff out at Hound Dogs Knoxville. You can't miss it. If you want your kids to stand out and look great, if you want to stand out and look great and not have the same clothes, the same shirt on as every other woman inside of Neyland Stadium, you need to check out Tennessee Trends. Her line is on Facebook. She's got it stocked at Hound Dogs Knoxville. Check out her Facebook page. Amy's awesome. Support her, support small business, and buy local.
Yeah, I was in Hound Dogs this past week and seen some of the Tennessee Trends stuff, and Amy does a great job. We'll have to. That's some Christmas gifts coming up soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's hit the comment box. Gosh, Edith.
She's on one tonight.
Edith is in full force.
Edith's in full Edith gear.
Always. We got Vols by 50. If we miss your comment, feel free to hit us with it again. We've got a lot coming in. 3,000 likes on TikTok. We appreciate y'all
Keep
very,
on
very
coming,
much.
guys.
Let me let the comments. Let's see. Boomer Sooner, tell you boys to take it easy on us, please. Looking like it'll be a rough one.
I hope so.
For our sake, I hope so, because the last 2 times you all have, especially the last time.
Yeah, they had our number.
Y'all really broke my heart in 2015.
That was rough. I'll not forget that game either.
Wallace says Vandy is shitting on y'all this year. Anchor down.
God.
What?
I doubt it. But I was happy for you all. It looked like about 12 of you rushed the field, so that was good for your first win.
Now, would you call that a rush? I thought it was like a
We rushed the field
it
against
was like a
Virginia Tech.
single file line at a kindergarten bathroom, you know.
They get a fine? Did they get fined? We looked it up.
They rushed the field one time against Florida. They did.
I'm a Texas fan living in Oklahoma. I know you all are worried, says Troy.
Worried? Well, I don't think worried's a word. I think we're excited about it. We like the opportunity, you know. We're going to welcome Oklahoma into the SEC come next week, and it's going to be a great time.
I think Heupel, like I said earlier, Heupel's not going there to put 14 points on the board and come away with a nail biter. He's going up there to put 60.
Troy, why don't you worry about your own school?
And Troy,
We're the real
you're-
UT.
You got to realize you're new to the SEC. We had to worry every week in the SEC. Welcome to it, Texas.
Ada says she's full force, just like the run blocking. Does Vandy play UGA? Kirby's probably nervous if so.
I know they play Alabama in a couple weeks. Oh, that would be something if Vanderbilt beat Alabama. Could you imagine?
Let's go over some offensive stats. Tennessee ran the ball as a team 44 times for 249 yards.
Wow.
That's a 5.7 yards per carry average. Dylan Sampson, 20 carries, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nico Iamaliava, 8 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. Deshaun Bishop, 10 carries for 42 yards. That's the notables. Dylan Sampson, that's also his third 100-yard game in a row.
Dylan Sampson's the man leading the charge.
Mm-hmm.
Nico finally showed us what he could do on the ground this year. Man, this rushing attack is just where do you stop it at? Yeah, you can't stop Nico. Obviously, they didn't even touch him on his touchdown run.
That's so fun. You're right. It was a run-first offense again. I can't understand how so many teams don't see the fact that Tennessee is a running team. You know, they worry so much about our passing game, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But most of the game, we ran the ball through 5-man fronts. They put 5 men in the box, and we just run it right through them. It's like taking candy from a baby.
I'll take a hat on a hat any day of the week.
Saw it all the way around. And you know what? We did it without Cam Seldon as well.
Heupel's offense, it makes defensive coordinators lose sleep at night because you're constantly worried. They're going to run it here. They're going to throw it, and that's what makes a good offense. When you're so deadly, you can do whatever you want, and you can just make the other team like it.
And it may be early to talk about this right now, but we didn't play with that urgent tempo like we normally do under Josh Heupel. There was oftentimes we were letting the play clock run down, and we're stamping the ball with 8-9 seconds on the play clock, and then we'd suddenly go into tempo. So we mixed it up well. I thought it was a great performance. The stats don't jump out at you, but overall I loved it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cam Seldon is supposed to be back this week as well. I look for him to get some carries because they're gonna want him to have some.
Was he set out for injury reasons?
Concussion.
Concussion. Okay.
Yeah, he got that bell rung. Overall thoughts on Tennessee's rushing offense? We done exactly what we needed to do. We took what the defense gave us in that 3-3-5. If we couldn't run the ball, we'd be in trouble though. So we just ran it all over them. I'll give the running backs an A+.
It's A+ for me.
A+.
A+.
Tennessee through the air had 211 receiving yards on 16 receptions and 2 touchdowns. That's a 13.2 catch average. Hitting 8 different receivers. Nico was 16 and 23, 76.9 QBR, and 2 interceptions as well.
Yeah, Nico, he threw that one interception over the middle. I don't know if it sailed on him or if the receiver just stopped running the route. But you can't blame the other one on him. The batted ball at the line of scrimmage. I mean, that kind of stuff happens in football.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad to see Nico make a bad throw. There was 2 interceptions on him. Maybe one of them might have been a little high, as Josh said. Maybe Bruce stopped running his route. The second one, that one really worried me because I don't want to see Nico take a hit like that, especially late in the game when the game's already in hand. But I will say, after Nico threw that first interception, the very next drive, the first play, was that 50-yard bomb to Squirrel White. So he just erased that right from his memory. That's what I wanted to see. I want to see how Nico bounces back from some adversity, and he done so with flying colors.
His poise, just from making that bad judgment or whatever he done, he come back out and like you said, threw that 50-yard bomb.
Yeah.
And he like it didn't affect him any at all.
And despite all that, I rank Nico's performance a B+.
I want to give him an A-. Look, the interception, it didn't really bother me as bad because, to me, it shows not only me but everybody else, he's human. He's a freshman. At the end of the day, he's a freshman, and I'd rather you make that mistake in a blowout game than in the fourth quarter in a tie ball game.
Yeah, I gave quarterbacks an A.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B with the interceptions. Interceptions were rough. I know one wasn't his fault. And I guess on the other end too, you could argue if Bruce slowed up or not.
Yeah,
but
hard to know.
These games are going to happen, and honestly, it's probably a good thing that it happened just to get it out of the way. Just to
get him out of the way.
Learn how to fight through the adversity. And, he recovered well. He come back that next drive and hit a bomb. So, I'm gonna go with a B just because of the interceptions. Hit the comment box real quick. Luke says we need to clean up the penalties.
I don't know. Some personal foul penalties didn't really bother me.
The one that we got over there on the sideline that was offsetting.
We'll talk about that later, but
yeah, those 2 linemen
that was my favorite play of the game.
Mine too. It was perfection.
The only one that really bothered me was the man downfield whenever Nico hit the.
I don't know about that one.
I've watched that replay.
I think it was petty. I'm just saying in general that's the one that I'm not saying it wasn't petty.
It just pisses you off sometimes when refs call the most pettiest things in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Tyler.
Makes you want to kick a fat kid in Kmart.
Tyler says, "Go Dogs! Y'all beat the hell out of NC State." Yeah, well, we should be down there for Georgia too. We've got over 4,000 likes already on TikTok, so we appreciate that very much. Keep hitting that button.
I bet we can't get 10.
Let's see. Gosh, Edith, you are something.
Yeah, it's bad tonight, man.
Wow.
Edith, clean it up a little bit, and then I'll read it out loud. Let's see. Edith says we're doing whatever we want right now, no limitations.
That's true.
That's a fair statement.
Corbin says, where's Corbin? He's probably texting my ex-girlfriend right now when he's supposed to be my friend. What's up, Corbin? How you doing, buddy? All right, let's do the passing game. The receiver, Squirrel White, had 2 catches for 67 yards. 45, you like that? 45-yard reception. Miles Kitzelman, 3 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. Should have been 2 touchdowns. Dylan Sampson, 3 catches for 37 yards. Holton Stays, 1 catch, 18 yards with a touchdown. Chris Brazel, 3 catches, 18 yards. Ethan Davis, 2 catches, 14 yards. Brew McCoy, 1 catch, 10 yards. Caleb Webb, 1 catch for 8 yards.
Whew.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm still.
So so the wide receivers, I kind of grouped the tight ends and the running backs with them. I gave them an A just for the simple fact that tight ends, I think, outperformed the wide receivers in Saturday.
NC State was heavy in the backside of their defense, so our receivers didn't have the huge stats. That's okay. As Josh just said, we had 3 tight ends make plays, 2 for wide open touchdowns. Those touchdowns to the tight ends, man, there wasn't anybody within 15 or 20 yards of them.
Kitzelman, man, that dude is for real.
The thing I like about the receivers, everybody's getting touches. Like, if you look at the stat sheet for receivers, it's deep.
It's very deep. Luke got out of breath over there reading it.
Brew continued to look good. Squirrel White looked great this week. When we didn't see him in week 1 catch many balls. We have so many weapons out there, it's insane.
Dylan Sampson got on the receiving list for 37 yards.
I gave us a solid B+, and I think I done that just because of lack of opportunities.
I gave us an A, like he said, lack of opportunity.
Yeah, I love how we're using the tight ends, and y'all talk about like spreading the ball out. We're not as deep as we do on the defensive line. I mean, we rotate like 13 people on the defensive line, but
That's
the
insane.
receivers remind me of that. We've just got so many bodies that we can just throw it around. It don't matter who's in there. But I love how we're using the tight ends. I'm pretty sure all of them have a touchdown catch already. So using them a whole lot more than we've ever used.
That over-under from a few weeks ago, I went under on. I should have went over.
Miss Brew deep. Of course, the interception we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Not sure if he quit running or not, but that one deep. We gotta get Brew in the end zone, man, because I don't know, the fans just need it.
He'll get there. I think he'll get there Saturday.
Yeah.
I think they might be talking about that one on the sideline. Which he was just a yard out of bounds, man.
So I'm gonna go with B overall, and that's just basically the interception, and then the overthrow or whatever on the other pass to Brew. It sucks that both of them kind of involve Brew too. Thoughts on the offensive line and grade the offensive line.
A plus on the offensive line, man. They sorry, Spanky, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
You just jump in there first.
Yeah. Anyway, they dominated the line of scrimmage. They done whatever. We pounded the rock all night long, and they had no answers for it.
Yeah, Nico wasn't pressured too much. The O-line opened up holes for running backs. It was a solid performance yet again. As we said just a few minutes ago, my favorite play was the 2 offensive linemen. Was it golly, which 2 players took that poor North Carolina State player through the benches all the way to Raleigh?
That's all they doing, taking him back to the bus.
And that was early in the game, so it kind of
set the tone.
It set the tone like welcome to the SEC, boys. I gave us A-. It was great.
I'm gonna give the line anytime, and I don't know. I have this rule: anytime you can get over 200 yards of rushing, I'm gonna give offensive line A.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yep.
Look, offensive line is just like a cigar. There's no fire up front in your offense. Ain't gonna be no smoke in the back. You gotta have fire up front.
Yeah,
no spankisms over here.
Thank you, Dan Shoemaker. I appreciate it.
Yeah, 0 sacks allowed, 5 tackles for a loss, though. Like I said, we talked about this, but Dane Davis, he did get upfield a little bit. I think it was petty, but that's the only.
I thought he was in that cushion zone.
In my opinion, though, I think at times they did get a little too much pressure rushing 3, but that's me being petty. NC State's good. They got good players. They got a good defensive line.
That's the best part of their team is their defensive line.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go B. Again, that's me being petty, though. I'll admit to that. Tennessee on defense, 3 offensive points allowed, 39 rush yards allowed, 1.4 yards per carry average for the Wolfpack, 1 defensive touchdown, 3 sacks, and 13 tackles for loss.
For the third game in a row, we have not allowed our opponent in the end zone. And man, that defensive line, I don't think I've ever seen a better defensive line.
Yeah.
With so many rotated in and out.
I would really said, holy crap, Batman. This is a defense we've all wanted to see for so many years. It was dominant. It was hard hitting. It was in your face. It was pressure. And, you know, I truly thought we had a good defense before, but this one's something special. And nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to play against us right now.
Nobody. But no, I will say this could be a hot take, or this could be the truth.
Everything's a song.
I think that this is going to be the greatest defensive team in the University of Tennessee history.
Oh, that's pushing it.
Look, let's be honest here, okay? Tennessee's had some great defensive players. Mm-hmm. But how many times have they had almost everybody is a stud? And look at the depth at the D-line. You've never seen this not only in Tennessee but in college football. The depth at this D-line is insane.
Yeah, we rotated the entire D-line out multiple times in the game. We had 14 players with at least 2 tackles. That's just crazy talk depth-wise. We rotated in and out. We got some younger players in the game. You know, we talked all week last week about that Concepcion for North Carolina State. He made a few catches early, and then North Carolina State converted on their first they converted on their first 3 third downs of the game, and then for the rest of the game, 0.
0 for 12.
0 for 12 after that. And that was all the way to the end, 0. Will Brooks, if he didn't have a scholarship before, like ABC claimed, then someone would get that kid some NIL money because he earned it this past week.
Yes,
hey, man, he come in in the Alabama game, too, and, like, saved the day in 2022. So
yes, he did.
Yeah, so it's surprised that he don't have one yet. But and all season, all we've kind of heard is they can't believe that he's the guy. And, I mean, he just keeps proving everybody wrong. He looked fast, too. He looked fast.
Yeah, he looked great.
He did.
And it was awesome to see him get that touchdown.
It really was.
You know,
we'll hit y'all's comments after we go over the defense and special teams. Keep them rolling in. I'll scroll and try to get to all of them. Bryson Easton had 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. I'm not going to hit all the stats, just the notables. Keenan Peely had 4 with an assisted tackle for loss. Amari Thomas, 4 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss. Jermod McCoy, 3 tackles. Jacoby Thomas, 3 tackles. A tackle for loss and a sack. Arion Carter, 3 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss. Dominic Bailey, 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a sack. Tyree West and Jackson Moy both had 3 with an assisted tackle for loss.
You know, there's one name you didn't mention, but he was all over the field, and, you know, it's just his presence being on the field.
Who?
James Pierce Jr.
Yep. Yeah, the president. He controls what the offense does.
If he's on the left side, they run it to the right side.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is like, and I made this claim the other night. I worry that it could hurt his draft stock, that him not being on the field as much. Because you got to think he's not, up there on the stat line as much. Now he's making more plays, not doing anything.
Yeah,
right.
And that's what these scouts are going to look at, man. Yeah, as a defensive lineman, you ain't getting numbers, son. You're eating blocks.
Well, that's what I worry about because and honestly, he could be up for a Heisman too. I'd love to see him go there. I'm not saying because you have to be like it is very hard to win the Heisman Trophy as a defensive player. I'd love to see his name just get mentioned up there.
Well, I mean, me and the Vol Daddy, they dropped him back into coverage.
Yep.
Multiple times.
I don't want to see James Pierce drop back into coverage. I want to see him put pressure on all the time.
Rip someone's
but of
head
course,
off.
on occasions, you change things up. I ain't going to question Tim Banks' defense because it's phenomenal right now. It's the best we've seen in years.
I'm gonna have to argue with you there, Spur, because him dropping back against Iowa and intercepting that sucker last year was
Pick
one of the
6.
most beautiful things I've ever
It
seen in my life. And that's probably how they'll use him a little bit, in the NFL. But
that being said,
primarily he's going to be a pass rusher, though. I mean, I understand that.
ESPN come out with a new mock draft today, and they had number 1 pick to Gerard Mayo's New England Patriots, James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing that to the Patriots. Mm-hmm. Man, I figured the Panthers would get that pick again.
Oh, no, I hope not. I'm not a Patriots fan, but.
Did you see Gerard Mayo and?
I did. I posted it today.
Yeah.
Sure
it was.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, everybody was talking about how great that this defense and how good they can be, and they're showing it now. They're bending every now and then, but they're not breaking. I love the attitude, the flying to the football. Even the third and fourth string guys. I mean, there's no drop off.
No,
I mean,
look at Tyree West.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's
awesome.
insane.
That's another example of James Pierce just making everybody else that much better because they're trying to stay away from him.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing, guys. They were having fun out there smashing them.
Oh yeah,
They were having a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they get up, they'd have a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Let's grade the defensive line.
A plus plus.
A plus 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 plus.
Defensive backs,
A plus plus plus.
Defensive backs, A plus.
A plus.
They shut Concepcion down.
I mean, what was it, 130 yards of passing,
Guys,
something like that?
North Carolina State had 27 total yards in the second half.
Mm-hmm. I'm going B plus just because of we was a little bit sloppy until the pick six, so I'm looking at it as a whole. I mean, yes, if we go from that point on, A plus. I'm gonna go B plus just because of the sloppiness.
I'm gonna go A minus because we did give up 100 passing yards. That's why I'm A minus.
I can never give a defense less than an A plus when you don't allow a single touchdown.
Linebackers.
Keenan Peely was all over the field, so I'm going A plus.
Man, that one lick he put on that.
Dude, I'm telling you.
A plus.
Yeah, I'm going A for sure.
Hey, was any of y'all worried
Yes.
on that first hit on for
Yes.
Targeting.
Yeah, it scared me.
Yep. He's aggressive though, and I do like it. Tennessee on special teams, they punted one time. It was a good punt. They were 6 for 6 on extra points. Return 3 punts for average of 19.3 yards. 3 of 4 from field goals. Missed a long one, wide left 53. Is that right?
52, 53, something
like that. But
he didn't miss it by much either. He
No,
just hooked it just a hair.
He had the leg. So thoughts and grade Tennessee special teams. I'm going A plus.
I went A plus as well. Max Gilbert 3 for 4. That's enough said right there.
You know, was the second kickoff of the game a trick play? You remember that when it landed right at the goal line to bounce back? Because we almost recovered that early. Do you remember that play?
Probably not.
I don't know if you could draw up a ball, hitting I don't know if you could draw that one up. I think that one's just luck.
Because the North Carolina State kickoff returner looked like he was just going to let it go into the end zone, and then it lands right beside him, and we almost recovered that there and tackled him at the 5. I give him an A plus as well.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with missing a 53-yarder. It was late in the game, and it's good to see him out there kicking one of those.
I feel bad for Jackson Ross though.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's getting long.
You see his Instagram story earlier.
Hit the comments if I
got a
miss them.
bunch.
There's a lot. Just let me know. The Vol Fanatic Show says Tulane about to beat Oklahoma. I hope they give Oklahoma all they want and they lose at the very end because I just want this game to be that much bigger.
Man, I don't care either way. I think either way we go down there and smoke them by 40.
Edith says we spanked North Carolina State so bad their bottoms were as red as their jersey in Josh's face. What's up, Ryan Jackson? Let's see. Mason said, I love this show. What's up, Mason?
What's up, man?
Thanks for joining in there. Let's see here. If I miss it, feel free to hit it again. Edith says, Edith loves a good tight end. The more, the better. Mason says B minus for the offensive line.
I don't know where he gets that, though.
Hey, Edith, we rotated in and out all day.
Edith says,
Y'all feed it. Y'all feed the monster.
everybody,
Don't say y'all.
I'm telling you, there's probably a quarter of our listeners are tuning in for the Edith.
Well, look here. If Edith had any gumption about her, or he, or whatever, they'd come on this show. That would be the highest rated show in the history. If Edith walked through that door right here.
Edith says, take that to the spank bank. That's what you say, Spanky. You sprinkle that
With your
mama,
spankisms?
like Mama taught you.
Mama, huh?
I'm almost about to just give a cash reward to find out who this is.
Hey, I got a text question to look if you want to go with it.
Yeah, you can
on
go
the
with
text line. Here's a question: does NIL money contract you to stay at one school, or can you go through the portal and still have the same money? And I think the answer to that is it depends on who your NIL's through. Because if you're with a company, then the company may contract you to wherever. But most of the time, the NIL money is coming from local companies.
Yeah.
That's wanting to keep you wherever you're at. So I guess it would just depend on who you are and what the situation is.
Like let's say Fox Toyota, for example, they give you
Waggles.
this, or Waggles.
Waggles.
They give you this money here, and you go somewhere else. Well, you ain't gonna be getting a check from Waggles anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, there's contracts now with all these NILs too, so it is what it is. And another question: would Evan Berry be a Hall of Fame returner if he was able to play with the new NFL kickoff rules?
Yes.
Yep. He would have it like that. The team's offense wouldn't even be on the field because he would just return it every time.
Definitely one of the best. Jordan says he's tuning in for Edith. Phillip says 45-24 Tennessee over Oklahoma. I like it. I like it.
I'll take it.
Josh Pate says, Josh Pate, the famous one, not me, said he has the Vols as a national title contender this year. Josh knows ball. Yes, we talked about that earlier. He is, even all offseason, he's been all about some Tennessee. So it's cool to see Tennessee kind of putting it all together now. And
even Reese Davis today, man. He was.
Reese had me fired up.
Yeah,
too.
he said, if you want to go, the scouts used to go down to Florida State if you wanted a defensive line. He said, no, go to Knoxville. That's where your dudes are.
I'll tell you. Let's be honest about something. ESPN, say what you want about them. They've been negative toward Tennessee for a while. They are not negative toward Tennessee right now.
Nope.
They're calling it just like it is.
Yep.
I think we gained a lot of respect by
I think
going
we have.
after the NCAA.
And you know what? I think they like Josh Heupel. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Trevor Shadden on TikTok is bragging on Spanky's intelligence.
What,
I don't know
Spanky's
if
intelligence?
That's a compliment or not.
We're over 7,000 likes on TikTok. Y'all get the back seat. I know I say this a lot, but y'all get the back seat because they won't let us stream our show, so y'all get just a weird view, and hopefully the audio is not too bad for you. Hayden says, give Coach Jackson his belt back.
Heard that, didn't you?
Got
Coach
a bunch
Jackson,
of
he's in Norwood.
No.
Josh Hubb says, go Vols. We got another go Vols from Bow Bear, not sure how you say that. Do my Aggies beat Florida this weekend? Yes.
Yes. By a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. You guys have an awesome team this year. You and Miami are the biggest surprises to me. From DW30.
I don't think we're surprised sitting here.
I'm a little surprised with Miami. I'm anxious to see how they continue to do.
They do have a good quarterback. Cam Ward is good.
Yeah, he's very good. Let's go over General Neyland's game maxims. We'll go over each one and agree or disagree if that maxim has been reached. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win.
Yes.
And win big, apparently.
Very big.
Big check mark from me. Play 4, make the breaks. When one comes your way, score.
Will Brooks done that, obviously.
Yeah, pick 6, 2 fumble recoveries. Definitely.
51 points against a top 25 team.
Yep. If at first the game or breaks go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam.
Same as last week, man. We had steam the entire game.
Yep. Sloppy at first, but
Yep.
we kept putting it on. We took care of business. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, and our ball game.
Yeah, Nico was hit a couple of times. It's going to happen. I was uncomfortable with the one, but he bounced back up like nothing had happened.
Yeah. Obviously, we done that.
Yep, big check mark. Ball, Oski, cover, block, cut, slice, pursue, and gang tackle for this is the winning edge. Big check mark.
Big check mark on that one.
With a Sharpie.
With
Our
a Sharpie,
tackling
yeah.
our tackling was superior to anything we've seen at Tennessee in the last few years. We swarmed to the ball, gang tackled, we played through the whistle, and we played with attitude.
We played after the whistle sometimes.
No,
I loved it.
You play through the echo of the whistle.
Yeah.
After the whistle.
Until the referee says stop.
Echo of the whistle.
Press the kicking game. Here's where the breaks are made. Yep.
3 for 4 on field goals.
Yeah, it was great. Carry the fight to our opponent and keep it there for 60 minutes.
51-10 dominated the entire game.
51-10.
Who was your all's MVP for last week's game?
The D-line. Every one of them.
I've got the entire defense. If I had to pinpoint one, I would go Will Brooks just because of the huge momentum change.
Yes, yeah.
I picked Keenan Peely. He was a man amongst boys against NC State. He took a foolish penalty, but nobody wanted any part of Keenan Peely for that entire game. He was everything we've been waiting to see.
I'd even go Keen Pilly, or I'd just go Pierce just because, like I said earlier, he's not breaking the stat sheet, but he's doing things to get the offense for Keen Pilly to make tackles and for other guys to make tackles.
Yep.
Edith says, I forgot to congratulate Josh on getting through last week without taking a loss.
Yeah. Gotta think positive.
Where did I
JVT
get
was
the
good.
headband? Probably Hound Dogs, if I was guessing, Clay.
Hound Dogs.
Jesse Cooper says, "Is the Vol Daddy Keenan Peely's father? The resemblance is uncanny."
The hair. It's the hair, man.
It's the other way around. Is
He
the Vol
posted
Daddy
he
Keenan
posted a
Peely's
picture the other or on a comment the other day, and it. I think the age, the timeline that might not make sense, but I was in Hawaii and stuff for a long time. That and then my daughter Ella used to always call me Maui. So Maui. Yep.
I like it.
Yep. Let's see.
You just gave
Like
Edith
a
some
Maui
ammunition.
Jim or
Like the movie.
You're welcome.
What's the name of the movie?
Moana.
Moana.
Make way. Boone says, Oski, what's up, Boone? 7.2 thousand likes on TikTok. Keep hitting that button for us.
Did you just do a gator chomp over there?
No, Big Boone,
You
baby.
better.
Big Boone.
All right, live on Facebook, TikTok. We'll upload the live video on our YouTube channel after the show. Also, the audio version will be uploaded wherever you prefer to get your podcast. You can also rewatch on Facebook as well. We look forward to hearing from all of our live listeners. We want to thank Hound Dogs Knoxville for sponsoring our podcast. This locally owned and operated Tennessee sports store is your go-to hometown store for all of your Tennessee needs, whether it be clothing, hats, accessories for your car, boat, office, tailgate, pets, or your kids. They have what you need at Hound Dogs. Check them out at hdknoxville.com. We'll be right back, y'all. Much more coming your way. Don't think about scrolling. Share this out for us if you don't care. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vol Daddy. I want to give a big shout out to the Fairview Union. Great musicians, local people. Chad's from my hometown. They were gracious enough to let us use their music for our podcast. Make sure you check them out. They're huge Tennessee fans. You won't be disappointed. Let's hear them play.
Man, you won't believe that roar when the boys find the checkerboard. The big orange is back. It's a fact. Volunteers, where you at? Get loud, staying proud. Send a message to the crowd. Y'all better get used to the fact. The big orange is back on track. Coach Hyper, where you at? Getting it done, having fun. Power team number one. Y'all better get used to the fact. The big orange is back. Checkerboard, check the score. We gonna be on top. We're on ball, bring it on down to Neyland Stadium. 100,000 can't get louder. Gators come and get your song. Yeah, we'll be singing our song. We're all ball, bring it on. We're all ball, bring it on. The Vol Navy's getting crazy on the Tennessee. We're tailgating, just waiting for that power tee. We're all ball, bring it on down to Neyland Stadium. 100,000 can't get louder. Bama, come and get your song. Yeah, we'll be singing that song. We're all ball, bring it on. Bring it on. Butch and crew coming through, got this thing on lock. Checkerboard, check the score. We gonna be on top. We're all ball, bring it on down to Neyland Stadium. 100,000 can't get louder. Georgia, come and get your song. Yeah, we'll be singing our song. Yeah, we'll be singing our song. We're all.
And we're back. Make sure to check us out on all podcast platforms. If you missed any of the show or want to re-listen, we have a lot of live viewers, but we get a ton of downloads on our audio-only formats. This show would not be possible without our sponsors. We want to give our friends 865 Exterior Solutions a big shout out. These guys can do it all. Roofing, siding, framing, decks, windows, doors. Matt, Swole, Cole, and Chandler can handle any project you can throw at them. I know one thing, it's almost impossible to find people who want to work. If you do find them, good luck getting them to show up. So just cut through the BS. Call 865 Exterior Solutions, 865-399-3547 or 865-292-1772. Let them know the Vols Deep podcast sent you. All right, this brings us to start, bench, cut. Everybody should know how this works. by now. If not, I'm sure you'll figure it out pretty quick. Start bench cut. After seeing Tennessee absolutely dominate the previously top 25 ranked NC State Wolfpack, what is the most realistic record prediction? 12-0, 11-1, or 10-2?
I'm going to kind of keep what I'm still on the right track here. I'm going to start 11-1. I'm still thinking we're going to beat Bama. I think Georgia's going to be a test for us. But then next, I'm going to go with 10-2. One could easily slip up in there. Then we'll have to cut 12-0.
By God, I am fired up after Saturday. I'm going to start 12-0, and
This
then
is how you get heartbroken.
listen, son, I'm not going to be mad at 11-1, which I
Don't be mad.
benched, but there ain't no way that Alabama is going to come to Knoxville in October and hang more points on the board than we do.
Well, I didn't say Alabama, buddy.
Then where's our other loss?
Look,
It's
it
not-
could always slip in there. Remember in 2022, nobody predicted South Carolina was going to happen.
Well, we can thank Connor Stallions for that one.
Well, all I'm saying is, look, if you have the mindset
It's okay.
of I'm not going to get my heart broken, then you ain't going to get your heart broken. Sometimes you got to have a
Sometimes you
realistic-
just got to go with your guts, Mikey. My gut's saying 12-0 right now, so.
Your gut ain't always right.
Well, it
Something
tells me
about
I'm
y'all's
hungry. I'm
guts.
going to go eat something.
Something about y'all's guts. We'll get to that later, but I'm going to start, and I'm being realistic. I got a gut too. I'm going to start realistic. I'm going to start 11-1, and it's. I don't want us to lose a game. I think we can win every game on our schedule, but being realistic, I'm going to give us one slip right there and still make the playoffs. You know, part of me, and guys, you ain't going to like what I'm about to say here, and I may lose this belt for saying it. But part of me wouldn't mind to see us lose a game and not have to play in the SEC championship game because I want to go to those playoffs full steam ahead and win the playoffs.
Get out.
That's a good. That's a good point. It's a valid point.
It's a valid point.
You get an extra bye week to prepare for it.
Yeah,
I want that SEC championship.
I want a national championship.
I want a national championship too, but I mean, our baseball's done it this
You
year.
know, baseball can do it, so we can do it.
So-
I'm going to bench 12-0. I think we're more likely to be undefeated and to lose 2 games, so I'm cutting 10-2.
I'm glad we agree on that.
I'm still gonna start 10-2. I think if we take care of business in Norman, though, it's a totally different story. I'm gonna bench 11-1. I think that's extremely possible, though, and I'm gonna cut 12-0 just because I think Georgia is gonna be extremely tough down in Athens.
Yeah.
Philip says 10-2. Jordan says start 11-1, bench 12-0, cut 10-2. Mike says 11-1. Coach Ryan Jackson says as long as we don't lose to Florida, I'll be happy.
Amen.
Florida might not have a team by the time we play them.
Jordan says we lose to Oklahoma and Georgia. 11-1, we drop Georgia. Not saying Georgia is guaranteed loss, but Athens is tough.
You got us losing to
All that
Oklahoma?
piped in noise and then barking dog.
Yeah.
Mason says all this gut talk reminds me of being in Edith's guts.
Oh man.
Ow.
Wowzers. Edith says start 11-1, bench 10-2, you cut 12-0. It's getting
dirty.
It's getting dirty on here.
Man, I feel like Conway Twitty's in the chat. Gosh almighty.
Yeah, Edith does have the Conway look going on with the hair.
Hello, darling.
On TikTok, 7.2 thousand likes still, but I think my thing is freezing up. Eli says 11-1, here we come. Go says 11-1, 10-2 realistic. Let's go number 2. Star bench cut. These celebrity birthdays this week: Paul Walker, George Jones, Freddie Freeman.
There's only one start here, and I love Paul Walker, but it is the second king of country music. That's George Jones, baby.
Hey, give me some George. Sing me some
That's
George.
right. He stopped loving her today.
Hey, give us the.
Here's a quarter.
Hey, I've seen Luke in his George Jones stage. One time his truck wasn't working, so he had to ride his lawnmower around to mow yards. I've seen it.
Yeah, you did see that.
I did see that.
You're drunk, George. I am not.
Then next is going to be Paul Walker. Everybody loves Paul Walker. It's a tragic that he died when he did, but it made for one of the most me personally, my favorite and emotional movie in movie history. Then next is Freddie Freeman. We're gonna cut him. Cut Freddie.
Well, you had to start right. Everybody's got to start the possum, man. I love George Jones.
I don't need your rocking chair.
I'm a Braves fan.
But you're a taller Medicare.
And do what?
Keep going.
Anyway, I'm a Braves fan, and I love Freddie Freeman. I hate that he had to wind up going to L.A. You know, women will make you do some crazy things, you know. I'm going to bench him, and I'm going to cut Paul Walker. I love Paul Walker.
Well, what did he do to you? Did he leave you for L.A.?
Do what?
Did Paul Walker leave you for L.A.? No, he didn't.
Well, the start is George Jones. We all are going to agree on the king of country. George Jones is tremendous.
Second king.
Well, you know, there's several kings of country. George Jones is one of them. I'm going to bench Freddie Freeman. Like Josh, I'm also a Braves fan, and I loved Freddie Freeman when he was in Atlanta. And I'm cutting Paul Walker because I just don't do movie stars and he's dead.
God.
Dang, Spur.
How rude of you.
And it is
Paul ain't going to care.
Starting-
Like he said, he's dead. So.
Starting the possum, I'm going to bench Paul Walker, and I'm cutting Freddie Freeman for leaving the Braves. Number 3. Mason says start Paul, you bench George, you cut Freeman. Mason,
You do not.
You don't
no.
bench George because he'll get up and get on his lawnmower and ride away.
Yeah, Jordan says George gets the start, Freddie grabs the pine, and Paul Walker gets the cut. Number 3, start, bench, cut. Which game you're looking forward to most this week? Number 4, Alabama at Wisconsin. Number 24, Boston College at number 6, Missouri, or Tulane at number 15, Oklahoma.
I'm going to go with, and I don't know why this is a top 4 team against an unranked opponent, but I think Luke Fickle will give Alabama fits. I'm going to start Alabama, Wisconsin. The next is Boston College and Missouri. I think that could be, and that one will tell the tale of, is Missouri what they say they are or what they really are. The next, Tulane and Oklahoma. Go Greenway. That's all I got to say now.
I start Tulane in Oklahoma simply because it's Tennessee's next opponent is Oklahoma, and I'm curious to see what they do against a pretty talented Tulane team. I'm going to bench Boston College at Missouri. I think it's Missouri's toughest game on their schedule, as well as Boston College's toughest game on their schedule in quite some time. And I'm going to cut Alabama at Wisconsin. I think Alabama wins that game, but I hope Wisconsin gives them everything they can handle.
See, I'm going to start Bama and Wisconsin. I think, like you said, Wisconsin gives them all they can handle.
You're going to be jumping.
I'll be pulling for Wisconsin in this one. I'm going to bench Tulane at Oklahoma. Like you said, they're our next opponent. And I honestly think Tulane, I mean, a couple years ago, they went to Oklahoma and almost beat them. Or Oklahoma came to them, I don't remember. And then I'm going to cut Boston College at Missouri simply because I don't care about Dorkowitz.
Yeah, I'm going to start Tulane, Oklahoma, anxious to see what they have. I'm going to bench Alabama at Wisconsin. I think there's a very good possibility of an upset there, especially it being at Wisconsin.
They'll storm the field.
Oh, yeah.
Jump around.
They'll jump around on the field.
Jump around.
Yeah. You want to sing that one for
Jump
it?
around. Jump around.
I'm going to cut Boston College at Missouri. I do think Boston College can make a good game out of it. I really hope Boston College knocks them off. I'd be fired up if they knock them off.
Yeah.
I'd be fired up. All right, number 4, start, bench, cut. Who's the most overrated team in the AP top 10 right now? Oregon, Miami, Missouri.
I think we have we're not shying away from this one. I'm going to start Missouri because I just don't buy into them. I'm going to bench Oregon because they've had some tough ball games as of late. And they're not really showing what Oregon was projected to be. Then I'm going to cut Miami. I ain't gonna lie. Like going into the year, I'm like, man, why is everybody talking about Miami for? Like, what's the big buzz about them? Well, I'm starting to be proven wrong.
That's the right order. Start Missouri, bench Oregon, cut Miami.
I went completely different. I'm going to start Oregon. Oregon has not showed me anything. They are very, very overrated this year. Just from their first 2 games. I mean, the first game against Idaho, you should beat Idaho by as much as we beat NC State by. I'm going to bench Missouri because I still feel that they are overrated. They've not shown us anything either. And like I said, I cannot stand Eli, whatever you want to call him.
Dorkwitz. Let's roll with that one.
Dorkowitz.
He is rumored actually to be a candidate for the soon-to-be vacant head coaching job at the University of Florida.
Oh, good.
I would rather them get him
Than Golish.
than
I
Golish.
think that's a great pickup for them.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead, Florida. Hire Drinkowitz.
And then I'm going to cut Miami because Miami's, they're coming on. The great quarterback play. We'll see what they got.
Yeah, I'm gonna start Oregon after their last 2 weeks. I mean, they've got the talent, but I mean, heads up, I think they get beat this week. I'm gonna bench Miami. I want to see them play some more teams, and I'm gonna cut Missouri. I think they're all right, but they haven't played anyone, and their schedule's very easy. Luke on TikTok says Oregon should not be a top 10 team. Missouri should not be a top 15 team. L says Mizzou is gonna run Tennessee's shit just like last year. We don't play, so
They don't know ball.
gonna be
That was funny. wasn't it?
Learn ball before you come talk to us.
Hope
Oh,
you
good,
wasted
good,
your
good.
life typing
M-I-Z-Z-O-U,
that because you
right.
just proved to everybody. There's an old saying: it's better to let people think you're an idiot than open your mouth and remove all doubt. So there you go. Thank you for typing.
We might play
that.
them in the playoffs. No, Missouri ain't getting there.
No.
He just said we should have put Penn State in. They're gonna choke up. Yeah, they usually always do. Eat us on Josh again. I'm not
Yep.
gonna repeat that. Not gonna get
Please
the ban. Start bench cut. These. Hey, did you see what she said earlier? She called you the white radio.
Who, Josh?
No, you.
You.
Well, it's because I'm always playing.
Have you seen the movie Radio?
Yes, I've seen the movie right
Just
now.
making sure you. Number 5, start bench cut. These former Tennessee quarterbacks: Casey Clausen, Josh Dobbs, Hendon Hooker.
This one was tough. I'm going to start Hendon Hooker just because he's given us the most hope in the last 15 years. I'm going to bench Casey Clausen because who don't love the Iceman? He was such a good quarterback, and his record against Florida, better than any quarterback recent history. And I'm going to have to cut Josh Dobbs because you have to cut somebody.
Yeah, I love all three as well, but I start Hendon Hooker. He almost brought us back to the promised land, and he's built the foundation for what we have now. I'm benching Josh Dobbs, Astro Dobbs. He's probably my second favorite quarterback ever at Tennessee as far as loving him, and I'm going to cut Casey Clausen as much as I hate to.
Wow.
I hate
Hey,
Casey Clausen.
Spanky, go hit the live button for me, buddy.
Okay. There. Well, hold on. I gotta get my phone. Here.
I'm gonna start Hendon Hooker just because he brought us back, beating Bama at home, Florida at home,
Put my ring down, Spur.
destroying LSU on the road. Plus just the recency thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bench Casey Clausen. He was, and the Iceman was awesome on the road, man. And last time we won in the swamp.
He was quarterback last time we won down there.
It's so hard. I hate cutting Josh Dobbs, but somebody's got to get cut. So
Yeah,
that's
we've
kinda-
always got that Sanford Stadium memory down there.
Is Casey Clausen the most underrated quarterback?
By far.
Yeah,
He's not. They.
It's either
All you
him
have
or
to do is hit the red button.
Tyler Burry. I mean,
No, that ain't it. The red button wasn't there no more. Here we go. Wait, here we go.
Because you take it off there, and all you have to do is just bend down. But you're too lazy to bend down, Spanky.
Here we go.
Anyway, yeah, I think he's the most underrated quarterback in Tennessee history. All he done was win ball games,
he did, and lots of them.
lots of them, and he beat Florida twice.
Yeah,
What's
being back to back on the road. Yep, sure did.
I'm going to start Hendon Hooker, like Spur said. He's built a solid foundation that what we're basically living off of right now. I'm going to bench Casey Clausen because there's a reason they call him the Iceman. The man almost never lost on the road. Like, what was his record on the road? I think he only lost, 2 or 3 ball games on the road?
Maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
But then, I hate to cut Josh Dobbs, but that was during the Butch Jones era.
Let me ask you two both a question: Casey Clausen or Eric Ainge?
Give me Casey Clausen.
Casey.
And I love EA, man. I love Eric Ainge, but I'm gonna go Clausen on that one.
Yeah, I would go Clausen too.
Yeah.
Um,
It's close.
I like Ainge, but He really done us dirty that last game.
Yeah, well,
I can't forgive the LSU game.
No.
That pick six to lose the SEC championship. Yeah, I'm still sick about it.
I want to thank my friend Amy Maxwell of Tennessee Trends. Amy specializes in both junior and women's clothing. Her game day clothing is awesome. Clothing, shoes, and accessories. Go check her stuff out at Hound Dogs Knoxville. You can't miss it. Right in the middle. If you want to stand out and look great, women or your kids, she's got what you need. Check her out on Facebook. Tennessee Trends is what you can search. She's local right there in Knoxville. Amy's awesome. Support her small business, and buy local. Hit the comment box before we play one word. We got a Clausen over Ainge. Don't forget that Dobbs had 6 NFL players on his team that year.
that he did.
Dobbs saved Butch's.
If not for Dobbs, Butch is fired in year 3.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but do we still have Heupel if it wasn't for Hendon Hooker? We're let's just say we had Joe Milton for 2 years before Hendon Hooker come around with Heupel. What do we have?
Joe still ran out of bounds against Ole Miss.
Austin says you shouldn't put Tyler Bray and Clausen in the same sentence. My goodness.
I'm just saying he was underrated.
Here's the thing, man, about Tyler Bray. That dude had a rocket launcher attached to his shoulder.
Uncle Rico did too.
Edith says Dobbs has more iconic moments.
Well,
I think I would go with I still think I would go with Hendon.
yeah, absolutely.
We have a text in from somebody I don't know. Whoever sent us, thank you. The best highlight from the North Carolina State game was the mascot getting drilled on that kickoff right in the
Oh, that was
regions.
hilarious, man.
We had to restart TikTok, so we had close to 8,000 likes there to begin with. So we're restarting TikTok because they always do this to us at the hour mark. Trey says LSU versus South Carolina prediction. I think LSU takes care of business.
I think LSU beats them by 20
Go
plus.
Cox.
Also picked Kentucky to take care of business, and that did
I
not
will
happen.
never cheer for a purple team.
All right, let's play one word. The rules are very simple. I give a name, an item, or a thing. You give me the first word that comes to mind when you hear it. Are you all ready?
I'm ready to go.
The Kent State Golden Flashes.
Saban.
That's where we played, right?
Yeah, that's where we played at.
I didn't know that.
Both of them looked at you like.
No, I was looking at Spur. I was waiting on
he was
him.
waiting on me to go. I said last.
Bad.
When I mean last, they're ranked 134 out of 134.
I'm just going to go victim. Jason Witten.
Now this is one word. Hairpiece.
Why would you do that to him?
Why?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the first thing you think of.
God, Spanky.
I'm going to go greatest.
That was so bad.
I went with legacy because I want to see his son with Tennessee as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cooper because I want to see his son come to Tennessee. Ryan Jackson says Hall of Fame. Austin says 14-1 on the road was Clausen's record.
Wow.
Whew.
Who
I
was
knew
the
it
one
was good.
lost
I
to?
didn't know it was that good.
Who was the one lost to, I wonder? Austin, who was the one?
Who was the loss to? That's crazy. Let's go with our own. Let's go with Josh.
Me.
Yeah, you.
Me.
You go you. Okay.
Yeah, me.
Dog.
I said
Not my
loyal.
good one either.
I'm gonna go with dancer.
The answer.
Mm-hmm.
You know something I don't?
We could go with T for Twisted Teas.
There you go.
You-
Even better.
The Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Peacock.
That was a good one.
That is a
Spanky.
good one.
The past.
Rudy.
Rudy's transferring.
To NIU.
Did you say he was offside?
He's offside.
I'm just gonna go favoritism. Austin says Auburn was the loss in 03.
Undefeated Auburn.
Was that like the Cadillac Williams era and stuff?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, but Auburn went undefeated in 04, not 03.
They were still good in 03, though.
Yeah, they still were.
We've got a one word for Edith. We already done that one, and Edith wasn't even there when we done it.
I know.
I think my one
Kevin
word.
says gold. Coach Ryan Jackson says oops for Notre Dame.
Oops.
Oops.
Colorado football.
Joke.
Renounce.
Trash.
I really want to say like not coming, but you still got your Dion hoodie, Spanky?
I have. I
You-
think
okay.
I've
I was
done
just
away
wondering.
or something.
Is this a time
Is
to
your-
say?
Is your glasses still on back order, or you got them in?
No, I never got them.
Never got them.
I'll get my money on back on that
That
one.
card declined.
Oh, okay.
So the glasses ain't coming either. Then
No, they ain't coming. No.
Is this the time to ask how much longer until those fans start turning on him at Colorado?
I think it's starting to hit.
Man, could you imagine if Coach Heupel said, "Oh, we're not going to play Rocky Top after we score a touchdown. We're going to,
Careful.
Whew, I couldn't imagine.
we'd have somebody's head on a stick somewhere."
Yep.
Careful.
Yeah,
I'll get canceled.
I'm just gonna go drama. We got Daddy Ball, we got Overhyped, we got Joke, we got Rent Free, we got Overrated. Let's go Will Levis.
Joke.
Mayo.
Predicted.
I'm gonna go interception.
Yep.
Exactly what we thought he was.
Should go Hendon. That's
Yeah.
what it should be. Could have had him Titans.
Yep.
Idiots.
George Jones.
Possum.
Legend.
Lawnmower.
That's 2 words.
No, that's one word.
I'm just gonna go alcohol.
You could have said rocking chair.
You're drunk.
Is that
George.
2
I'm not
words?
drunk.
Nah, no. Rocking chair, 2 words.
I'm not, you're drunk, George. I am not. Oh, what a time. Our special teams coach and outside linebacker coach, Mike Eckler.
Pumped. Because he gets me absolutely pumped up.
Raise.
Scary.
I'm going to go headbutt. I don't care if it's 2 words or not. I'm going headbutt.
So give him a raise.
Yeah. That dude is jacked. For as
I'm
old
all
as he
jacked
is.
up Mountain Dew.
We got girlfriend bust for Levis. We got goat for George. We got no show for George. We got rocking chair for George. Lawnmower. We got wild for George.
No show's a good one.
No show's a really good one. Breaking Bad says what happened to those Wolfpack boys that were on here from last week. I'm pretty sure all accounts have been deleted. I know I've been.
They probably start up another account.
I've been blocked by a few of them. That's for sure.
Wolfpack Twitter tried. They got demolished on Twitter as well.
They are the worst, trash talking fan base I've ever seen.
Poopy Dupe on TikTok says, "Do you think Samson will lead SEC rushing all year?" It's going to be close. That dude from Arkansas, I can't remember his name, but he's good. He's good.
good.
They got a good offense. Arkansas is going to be a sleeper.
I'm more worried about Arkansas than Oklahoma.
Yeah, Arkansas is one of them games, man, that just kind of, I don't know,
They always play us
scares me a
tough.
little bit. They're much better than everybody thinks.
I bet they're going to be drinking a cold beer.
He just says they're a one-man wolf pack now. Hangover reference. Tennessee Smokies baseball. This is their last weekend in Sevierville, by the way.
I'm going to go Knoxville.
I went vacation. 9-inning vacation.
Oh, makes sense.
Exit.
Hey, just so you know, there's going to be 5 of the Tennessee Vols baseball players signing autographs at the Smokies game this Sunday from 1 to 3. So
That'd be cool.
yeah,
That would be cool.
That's a cheap plug there, Smokies. Sponsor the Vols Deep podcast. You heard it here first.
I picked exit because as soon as you get off the exit right there, it's like.
Right on the opposite side of the Buc-ee's.
Yep.
I'm just going to go memories. Dad used to take us up there quite a bit. I always try to go a couple times a year or so.
And that stadium's fixing to turn into a sportsbook casino market down.
Think
is
so?
it really?
Yeah, I've got inside sources told me already.
Wow.
I thought it was going to be a year-round Christmas show lighting up there.
Nope. Eastern Band of Cherokees.
The Denver Broncos.
Al. For Al Wilson.
I just said
Spent his-
Elway.
He spent his entire career with the Denver Broncos.
Wait, what'd you say? Spurs?
Elway.
I ain't even got one word, but like, look, like we
One
could have
word.
won the game on Saturday.
One word.
Bo.
He sounds so depressed, man.
We could have won the game. Our offensive line, the receivers dropped the balls. Bo Nix had a good guy. He played the best he could.
How many
Receivers
interceptions
blocked
did he
the-
throw? You don't want to talk about it?
Bunch of bull crap.
I'm gonna go Al for Al Wilson. Oh, I thought you meant Al like they suck.
No, wow.
Well, damn. I'm gonna go mid. Sorry, Spanky.
Don't apologize to him.
Next year will be 10 years.
You been a fan for 10 years?
No, since we last won a Super Bowl. I was a fan of them whenever they had Tim Tebow. I remember when they played the Steelers.
Oh, that
in
was
the
back when you was a
playoffs.
Florida fan, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Ooh.
Jimmy says, y'all give my brother Zach a shout out. Go Vols. What's up, Zach?
Hey,
What's up,
Zach.
buddy?
Says,
for listening.
Jimmy says taking him to Neyland for his first time soon. Go Vols. Yeah,
Go
he'll
Vols.
love it. Luke says another 6 overtime game against Arkansas. I hope not. I hope not too.
Yeah.
We ain't even been playoffs.
Snappy says, I'm honored to play Tennessee Volunteers in our first SEC game, obviously, from Oklahoma. We will be down there. We'll be down there. We're going to do a live show there, hopefully, probably on Friday.
It'll just be two of us, but we'll be there and we're going to have a great time. We'll raise some hell.
I wish I could come. My boss was watching earlier, man. Hey, you let me have that day off.
We've got Mr. Also says the real UT fan here. Just wanted to say it's good to have y'all back along with Texas.
Thanks.
Yeah, you see Chad?
I did not see Chad. What do you say?
Chad Cox.
Let's see here. Coach Jackson for president, Hayden says.
Yeah, appreciate it, Hayden.
Freedom Motors is owned and operated by Chris Looper, top-notch pre-owned car dealership located at 7765 Maynardville Pike in Knoxville. Freedom Motors will do more for you to get the deal done than any other dealership around. If you want convenience, you can check out their entire inventory online at freedommotorstn.com. Once you pick the vehicle that is right for you, they can even deliver the vehicle right to your front door. Check out Freedom Motors today and keep freedom rolling.
Buy local, stay local.
Mike says, what do you think about fans wearing hats with the upside down slogan? Saw them in Hoover and Omaha as well. I don't
a
get
trend.
it. I don't get it.
I know the trend. Okay, so the trend, it's Post Malone. He had a hat on at one of the award shows, whatever, and it spelled Dallas upside down. So it's become a trend now. You get a hat, and it's spelled backwards and upside down. I don't understand it, but that's where it has came from.
I mean, it's a cool design. I don't think I'd ever wear it, but
As long as they're supporting it in the right way and there's no negative connotation to it, then I'm good with it.
I
Wear any
guess
Tennessee
so.
hat you want to.
I think it's weird, but, I mean, I wouldn't buy
It's
it.
weird. I don't like it, but teach their own. They're supporting the Vols. I'm happy
I
with
think
it.
Omaha's the first place I seen it, but, yeah, I was kind of threw off, and then now I'm seeing a lot of them, so.
Spanky, I got a question. When did you become a Tennessee fan?
The day that I drove 2 hours to watch Florida get beat by Vanderbilt. After that, my heart was...
What year was that?
I can't remember at this point.
Edith wants to know if y'all will sign her tatas.
No.
Everybody's got a price. Ain't that right, Spanky?
Uh-oh.
That's what Spanky said.
Spanky
Is
probably
there,
already.
is there a handling fee on that, Spank?
Probably a shipping fee.
Spanky probably already has.
He done it for free.
She also says, I don't think any of these boys are wearing pants right now.
You're right.
I
We're
got
not.
pants on.
That's what I felt.
The TikTok feed you can see on there. Rick says Tennessee undefeated wins and a natty this year.
Love it, Rick.
I love it.
Luke says, will Florida's coach make it to the Tennessee game before getting fired?
He
I hope
might
so.
show up with the ticket.
Yeah.
They might not send him back.
Get him fired on tarmac over again.
All right, let's go over our Edith, man. All right, let's go over our keys to the game. Tennessee will come back to Neyland Stadium to face off against Kent State for their Week 3 matchup. Kickoff will be at 7:45 Eastern. SEC Network will be covering the game, or you can watch it on ESPN+. ESPN gives the Vols a 99% chance to win. Low 70s. They're calling. Last time I looked, 60% chance of rain. Hopefully that changes. The Vols, they haven't announced what they're going to be wearing yet. I would guess classics, but I guess you never know at this point.
No,
I would like to see the classics because we ain't seen them yet.
No, you save it for your rivals and your big games. I say we go all orange here.
Oh, okay. I would be
I'd
for
be okay
that.
with all orange.
I would be all orange. With
creamsicles?
orange helmets.
You want the orange helmet,
With
don't you?
orange helmets.
Orange helmets, wear them.
Yep.
Because look, if we kill them like we're supposed to, it erases the curse.
See, the orange helmets scare me, but, I think we could go orange
Kent
helmets.
State.
I understand, but it was South Carolina. We should have beat them by 40.
Kent State and South Carolina are two different
I don't
people.
think Kent State can steal signs and still beat us.
The Vol Walk will be at 5:30. The Band March will be at 6:05. Volunteer Village will be open at 4:15 as well. All right, keys to the game. Let's start with offense.
Stay healthy. Continue to use depth. Pour it on and end it early.
Finish it early, dominate the line of scrimmage. Stay healthy.
Manage the clock, score fast, score quick, get the young guys in.
I've got to just continue to develop chemistry going into Norman. The throws that you wanted back last week, the routes that you wanted back last week, let's get them corrected this week. I want to start fast, accomplish the mission before halftime, and get our young guys in for the experience just like we did against UT Chattanooga. Just any questions or concerns that this staff has, let's just get answers this week before going into Norman, Oklahoma.
Yep.
All right, what about your defense keys of the game?
No hope. Give them no hope. End it early, same as offense.
Very first key of the game, it's going to be the same on all three of these. Stay healthy. Dominate the line of scrimmage like we should and continue to dominate the line of scrimmage. Play smart. And we need to play this game about the penalties that we had in the last game because I know we enjoyed some of those penalties against North Carolina State. Let's clean it up this game because there's no reason.
Yeah, there's no reason for it.
No reason for it this game. Show like we belong. Shut them out. I want to see a shutout.
Rip their throat out.
Just be you. Literally, that's it. We have our identity. We know what we're capable of. We haven't allowed a touchdown in 12 quarters. Let's make it 16 quarters.
Let's make it 16.
Continue having fun.
Yeah, just fluid plays. Let's make sure we're in the right positions. Just be elite. Play to the standard of this Tennessee defense.
I want to see every group on the field score a touchdown. I want to see offense score, defense score,
And special
kick
teams.
return, and punt return. I want to see everybody score a touchdown.
Any special teams or side notes that you want to add?
Just side notes. Just get it over with and stay healthy.
Stay healthy. Make all the kicks. Return some punts. Stay healthy except for Lampley, who could still have an injury after every extra point. I'm okay with
That's on purpose, by the way. People always freak out. That is on purpose.
Josh Heupel's got that magic touch, man. He walks out there.
Walks out there and
You're all right.
that. He has to adjust that knee brace so he can get back up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it is on.
Hope Ross doesn't go in the game.
They're giving that defense time to rest, and they're just making sure everything's ready to go. Just continue to be great, stay healthy, no injuries. We can't lose anyone before Oklahoma. We're extremely healthy right now. We need to keep it that way. Hit the comment box real quick. TikTok's booming. The comments are booming. Y'all need to hit that like button for us. We was up to like 8,000 before we had to restart it. We got a bunch of fake Tennessee fans, fake UT fans in the comments, I should say.
Fake UT fans.
Yep.
Are they still talking about those little Longhorns?
They are. Tennessee was a university before you was even a state, and if it wasn't for Tennessee, you would be Texas.
Y'all need to be
now.
thanking us
So,
right now.
Call
you
them
should
North
be thanking
Mexico.
us.
I do got this one question, though, Texas fans. If you don't like Tennessee so much, how did we get into your thread?
Yeah, because they stayed there.
Algorithm.
They stayed there. They must be using hashtag UT, then we pop up.
You know, I heard Texas is joining the SEC next year. They didn't join it this year because that's good. They got a cupcake schedule of SEC.
They do have a.
Hey,
yeah,
Edith, I will say this. Edith made a
money
great
pays
point.
off.
Jamie Williams put orange helmets have bad juju. Edith said, just remember we lost our first game when Smokey was our mascot. The first game.
Yeah, I don't buy the orange helmet junk. I don't at all. We won them one time.
No, I kid around, but I don't care what the.
We lost the first game in the Smoky Gray uniforms.
Yeah, we can wear pink ones out there, and I mean it don't matter. It's how we play, not what we wear.
Me and the Vol Daddy seen a Summit blue one with an orange number. It
It
looked
looked
good.
It looked really, really good.
Those
really-
custom ones.
Oh, they look good, man.
It did. Book Bully says, "Don't overlook Ole Miss. We coming this year, hotty toddy. Y'all
Hey,
should
Ole
be
Miss
good.
is good.
Ole
Ole
Miss
Miss
is
is
very
good.
good.
We are not
You
taking
should be.
anything
You
away
paid
from
for
Ole
it.
Miss.
Yeah, you all paid a lot of money for all them transfers. So if you're not good, I would be very
Yeah,
disappointed."
you had to win it this year, Ole Miss, because Lane Kiffin's leaving.
Yep.
Book says, "Appreciate the Vols
He's
cashing
also rumored to be the next Florida coach.
my -9 bet versus NC State."
Yeah, I cashed minus 7.5. Thank you for that donation, North Carolina State. Hey, you want to talk about Vets ball, Daddy? Well, I'll tell you my vet for this week. Tennessee minus 13.5 in the first quarter. That is my bet of the week.
You think they're? I think they get 21 in the first quarter.
Are y'all worried about James Pierce's, stat inactivity? I know we talked about him earlier. He was limited in week 1. I think he played like 26 snaps, I believe it was last week. But overall, I mean, he's probably going to be limited this week with snaps as well. But are you concerned whatsoever with the stat inactivity from James Pierce Jr.?
No,
Not
keep
at
them
all.
Fresh.
Not at all, man. Like I said earlier, you can wreak havoc in the backfield and not make a tackle. If the offense is worried about where you're lined up, you've done your job.
You know, it's scary to think just how dominant we've been in the past 2 weeks without the production we were expected to see from our number one player on defense. I'm not sure if they've held him back some or that there may be some kind of nagging thing going on we don't know about. Regardless, I'm not worried because this defense has not allowed a touchdown in over 12 quarters, and we're going to make it 16 this week.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm anxious. I just want to see
Yeah.
I want him to get that first sack out of the way. But we are dropping him in coverage. I'm not worried.
First play of the game, he's sacking Oklahoma's quarterback.
He'll be
I'll say it right
whatever.
now.
He'll be whatever we need him to be when we need it. Ida says she's not worried. We haven't needed an edge rusher yet.
Do we just go ahead and send him early against Kent State, let him get that out of his system?
Just get it out of his system. Any concerns with with the interception so far? I realized Nico didn't throw the interception in week 1. I realized that 1 out of 2 wasn't his fault versus NC State. But if we look back at Hendon, he didn't throw an interception until the 3rd week of October against Alabama. Any concerns with the early interception?
Not at all. Let's get them out of the way early. You don't throw any the rest of the year. We're good.
I think it might be a good thing that it's happening early. That way,
This is a good time for it to happen.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's make corrections, get better at fighting off adversity.
You know, my biggest concern was Nico throwing the second interception with the defender in his face. I don't want to see him take that hit when it's not necessary, especially. The game was out of reach at that point. Don't get injured trying to make something happen in that spot.
Who's your favorite player so far this year who didn't have much hype in the offseason?
The walk-on,
Yeah, it's
Will
gonna be
Brooks.
Will Brooks.
Yep.
All three of us said Will Brooks.
All you said Will Brooks?
Yep.
Yeah. Kid
I'm-
was. Go ahead.
I'm going to go Deshaun Bishop.
All right.
Yep,
Hometown kid from Carnes.
He about chased that guy down when we got on that North Carolina State pick 6, and that was impressive to me.
He come out from nowhere too.
Listen, man, he had scholarship offers and still chose to come to Tennessee as a walk-on. He's a walk-on.
That's a true ball right there.
And he was playing second string last week. I
And
mean,
we-
I got a feeling he won't be a walk-on much longer.
And I think we said Will Brooks because, he was a 0-star walk-on coming in, and he's earned a starting spot on this dominant defense. Effort, and it was rewarded this past week with that pick 6.
Yeah, I love that Deshaun's from Carnes. I love the story. I love his effort. Like Spanky said, almost running that guy down. And I just like the inspiration. I love the inspiration overall that he can just give kids in this area that, hey, you can do this too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big shout-out to Deshaun Bishop, man. He's doing the dang thing. Thank you all for listening to that segment presented by Vol for Life, Stephen Hensley Insurance and Realty. Stephen is from my hometown. He's a Vol for Life and literally
Vegas.
literally the best agent you will find in East Tennessee. He knows his stuff inside and out. He will not use you to benefit for $1. He'd rather help you. I've called him before. I've called him multiple times. I've wasted probably hours of his time just asking questions. Wasted, his day for free. He wants to be your friend. He wants to make the connections, and he wants to help you. So call Steven or text him at 865-742-1672.
He will stay on the phone with you for hours just to answer any question you have.
They don't make them like they used to, like Steven.
Well,
Even if he knows that he can't save you any money, because there's times where he can't, he'll still answer any question you have. And it's great. I've talked to him numerous times already about it.
We're going to take a commercial break, except on TikTok. We will be behind the scenes there. Stick with us. We still got a whole lot to do.
Freedom Motors is the local pre-owned car dealer who does more for you than any other dealer around. You want convenience? You can check out their entire line of vehicles online at freedommotors.tn.com. And when you find what you like, they'll bring the vehicle right to your door. That's a dealer who cares about you and your time. Shop Freedom Motors today, and let's get you in your new ride.
Keep freedom rolling. Keep freedom rolling. Keep freedom rolling. On down the line.
All right, and we are back. We still have a lot to do for tonight's show. We have over-under coming up next. We have the Duel. That's going to be for our listeners. We need you to vote in the comments for that. And we're going to be getting into our college football Pickems for a chance at a $25 gift card courtesy of Hound Dogs. We'll tell you more about that later in the show. Also, one of us have to dip our hand into the cup of misfortune.
Who's it going to be this week, boys?
And for the ones that don't know, the loser of each week's Pickems has to dip his hand in the cup. So
Put the lime in the coconut.
Our very own
Spanky
Val Daddy
had to-
got married.
Yep, Spanky had to dance week 1 in Walmart parking lot. That's uploaded on our TikTok.
Val
and
Daddy had to
Facebook.
get married.
I had to get married. I had to change my relationship status to married last week. So we'll see who the loser is this week. Give Hound Dogs a shout out. They're locally owned and operated right in the heart of West Knoxville. They have the largest selection of youth clothing and tons of checkerboard overalls that will all wear, at least besides Spanky. They carry a huge variety of brands like Vol Navy, our great sponsor, Tennessee Trends, that Amy Maxwell owns, Vintage UT, 865 Life, 010, and many other small business brands. Check out Hound Dogs in person at 9250 Kingston Pike or online at hdknoxville.com.
Spanky, why don't you have any?
I just ain't got none yet. And I don't know. If I got some, I'd have to go like Vol Daddy over there. I'd have to cut the pant legs out of it. I'm very weird on pant legs and being hot. And I want to be comfortable.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, half of his looks like a onesie right now. So
Between both of our lives, we've got about 10,000 likes on TikTok. So
Heck yeah.
keep them likes rolling in for us. We got a bunch of Go Big Orange. We got a bunch of
Go Balls.
fake UT Texas people in there. Got Oklahoma dude in there.
Your colors ain't even orange; it's a brown.
We got
Brown.
Kentucky. We got Texas A&M. We've got a bunch in the comments. We know you love us, so get us some more likes on there.
They have to pay us to use that interlocking UT logo. That's kind of funny.
That is
Adam
funny.
says Bishop runs the ball tough when he gets the ball.
yes, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
Every one of our running backs do.
We've got a bunch of Tyree West votes in the comment for their favorite player that's not been that hyped up.
Yeah, I like Jordan Ross, too.
Mike says, Spanky, they have an overall skirt / dress you could wear.
Oh,
He would probably like that, Mike. Mike was our Pickems winner from last week.
He was. Thanks for listening again, Mike.
Yep, we appreciate it very much. Share it out for us if you don't care. Now let's play over-under. For our listeners, this is very simple. We give a stat, a number, and we predict whether it will be over or under that number. Over-under. Nico plays more than 2 quarters this week.
under.
It's not over. He plays exactly 2 quarters.
I'm going to say over just because it's over. It's 2.5. He'll
Yeah.
play 2.5.
Okay. I'm going to go under. I think it's going to be just like UT Chattanooga, and I think he plays 2 quarters and he's done. Over-under. Tennessee defense forces 2 turnovers.
Over.
Yeah, I think it's over in this
Over.
month.
Yeah, I think it's about 4 or 5.
I honestly believe Chattanooga's better than this team we're playing Saturday.
Yeah, I'm going to go over as well. The defense is on a whole other level. Talked about it in week 1. They need to build their confidence. And I say they stay hungry, and I think they put on another show. Over under, James Pierce plays 10 snaps versus Kent State.
I'm going under right at 10.
I'm going to go under right at 10 as well.
I think it's over. I think they're going to want to get Pierce out there and get him some more reps coming into Oklahoma.
I agree. I think they're going to let him play a little bit more than they did week 1. I think they were going to let him cause a little chaos in this one. By the way, do you think it's possible we get Pierce back next year if he don't have that great of a season this year?
NIL could speak a lot. I don't know though.
If he's not predicted first round, I think he might come back. Depends on what we do this year too.
He's first round in every single.
He's first pick.
Yep. All right. Nico has 4 touchdowns, over or under?
I'm going over this week.
I'm gonna go over as well.
I'm going to go under.
Think we're going to run the ball?
Because I only think I think we're going to run the ball, and I think he's only going to be in the first quarter.
I think we score 50 points in the first half.
I'm going to go over. I think he puts on a clinic again. I think he has 4, by halftime, obviously. Tennessee defense allows 3.5 points, over or under?
Under. I think it's a shutout.
I think it's a shutout too. FanDuel, by the way, has it at 6.5. You can bet on that. Over under 6.5. I'm going under. I think it's a shutout. I really do.
Under.
Yeah, I'm going under. I got 3 at most. I'm very confident. I think Tennessee wins 70-3.
I think Tennessee wants to remain with that streak of shutout quarters without a touchdown. So
Oh yeah.
they want to extend that to 16.
There's some pride in that right there.
Over under, Tennessee has 16 tackles for loss.
Over. We had 13 this past weekend. I
Yeah,
think we go over, and it's big over.
That's a lot of tackles for loss, but they are not going to be able to run on the ball on us. So I'm going over.
Over.
Yeah, I'm going over as well. Like Josh said, 13 versus NC State. I think it's going to be super ugly. Over under, Tennessee scores 70 points.
I'm going to go under, but barely. I like the 69.
I'm going under, and I'm playing some strategy here. I'm concerned about it being a wet field, so I think Tennessee's going to just take care of business and get out of there. I got us at about 55-58.
I got us in the mid 60s range. Like Spurs said, the wet field conditions could play a part in how much we want to air the ball out and stuff. I think it's going to be a run-heavy day for Tennessee.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go under. I think we do hit 70, though. I think we hit right at 70. All right, we've got the duel coming up, but before we hit the duel, we want to thank our sponsor, 865 Exterior Solutions. Matt Cole and Chandler Kite are the guys to call. Local business, local people, no better people to support. Call Matt at 865-399-3547 or call Chandler at 865-292-1772 for any of your project needs. Roofing, siding, framing, decks, windows, they can do it all. Free estimates and fully insured. Check them out on Facebook, 865 Exterior Solutions. You will not regret giving Matt and Chandler your business. All right, let's play the duel. Share this out for us. We need all the voters we can get. Share it out to your friends. Josh, Spanky, and Spur will battle it out over 5 tough questions. This is listener voted. So in the comments, you have to cast your vote for Josh, who's going to be on the far left for the ones that don't know. We've got Spur in the middle, the current champ, and we've got Spanky over there and the Derek Dooley visor.
Derek Dooley didn't wear no visor, did he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the
You
time.
already lost 2 votes because of
I don't think he did.
I'm already hurting.
Just remember, Spur.
I bet money if I
Like
pull a
Jared
picture of Derek
Garantano.
Dooley, he's not in the visor in the first 3 pictures.
All right, let's see if Spur can defend his belt. Are y'all ready?
Let's go.
Question 1. Which SEC teams are better than Tennessee right now?
I'll go first. It's quite obvious to me. I think Georgia, and look, I don't like them, but I hate to admit it. It's Georgia. I do feel like they're a little bit better than us. I'm not ever gonna say Texas. I'm just not gonna say it. But Ole Miss, I'm not saying they're better than us, but I think they're up there with us.
It's no one in my opinion. Georgia does not impress me. I think Texas is overrated. We are a complete team. We don't have a weak link. Tell me why you think anyone is better than us.
I think it comes down to secondary. Secondary scares me a little bit.
Why? Because we've allowed 200 yards passing all year long?
Well, you got to look at it like this. Chattanooga, terrible. North Carolina State, they've not really proved anything yet.
They were top
And-
25 for a reason.
Well, you had to be in the top 25 at some point in the year. You might as well start it than end it. But no,
Guys, the only team that might be better than Tennessee in the SEC right now is Georgia. It's certainly not Texas. It's certainly not Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss is really good, but it is Georgia. You know, just to quote Ric Flair, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And
Georgia's-
that game, early November against Georgia, could be.
remember the 16th.
This isn't the Georgias of the past few
They
years.
still have a quarterback that's going to be right there to win the
Okay,
Heisman
and-
again. Georgia's loaded talent-wise. It's going to be a great game, but are they better than Tennessee right now?
No.
Perhaps, but Tennessee is right there on the edge.
I think when we play Oklahoma, we will see if we're closing the gap. That's going to be the game, in my eyes, that proves we are closing the gap.
I'll tell you what, I think we had the best defense in the SEC right now.
Oh, ain't question on that.
And combine
No
it with
question at
possibly
all.
the best offense in the SEC, so, you know.
I'll still take my Vols over anybody.
It just says we see through your pandering, Josh.
I don't care what she
Yeah,
says.
Josh is pandering. That is
She's going to
correct.
vote for one of these two idiots, and that's fine.
Question 2. Who's the worst team in the SEC right now?
It's got to be either Florida or.
No, you get one. You get one.
Fine,
Pick your
I'm
one.
going Florida. Going Florida.
Why?
Why? Let's hear it. Let's hear you.
They
let's
are
hear you
a complete,
trash on your Gators.
They are a complete dumpster fire right now. That program, the players are not bought into what he's doing right now. I'll make this prediction right now. I ain't really looked at their schedule, but I believe Vanderbilt could give Florida a run for their money this year. I'm going Florida.
Based simply on what we seen last week and the shellacking they took, it's Kentucky. By God, they were freaking awful against South Carolina. Kentucky looked worse than a regular Vanderbilt team this past week. They couldn't do anything against Shane Beamer's South Carolina. It was like Shane Beamer stole signs to beat Kentucky. Wait a minute.
That sounds familiar.
Sounds
Connor?
familiar, doesn't it?
Connor?
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, Kentucky was pure trash, and I love seeing it. They're wanting to run Stoops out of Kentucky yet again.
I guess he should have took that Texas A&M job,
He
shouldn't he?
should have.
Which leads me to my answer. Texas A&M. They are bad. They beat a Notre Dame team that is awful. That's the only win they have so far.
I thought they lost.
No,
Or
Notre
the
I
only
thought
loss.
they lost.
Yeah, they
to
lost to
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame. Come on, get your facts straight there, Josh.
Oh,
Did
man.
they lose to Notre Dame?
Oh, God.
Oh, I looked at it wrong.
Oh,
my bad.
God.
My bad.
Yeah, Josh, they lost to Notre Dame. Buddy.
Yeah, my bad.
It's just how it
Yeah,
is.
it's
Past
just how it is.
24 hours, somebody
Yeah.
didn't embarrass
Yeah,
himself
yeah.
in the debate.
It's all
Part
good,
of it,
buddy.
part of it.
You know, yeah.
Anyway, next question.
Yeah, I'm sure you want to skip by that one now, though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Chad Cox says Mississippi State.
Hey, that was going to be my second one, Mississippi State. Pretty bad over there.
Eda says Spanky's my teddy bear and Josh is my pander bear.
Pander bear. What's a pander? Oh.
Question 3. What is the Tennessee Titans' worst decision since coming to Nashville?
Not drafting Hendon Hooker, and there's nothing even come close to that. Not drafting Hendon Hooker is the worst thing you could have done as a Titans ownership.
That's pretty bad. It was pretty bad not to draft Hendon Hooker. I was so pissed off watching the draft last year. As soon as I heard the Tennessee Titans have traded up to the first pick of the second round, my heart sank because I already knew we was taking that crap mayonnaise quarterback, Will Levis. But the worst decision the Tennessee Titans have made in the past 15 or 20 years is trading A.J. Brown for absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
They traded to possibly a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL to the Eagles, and they got nothing in return for him. Nothing. We wouldn't. Now I love Hendon Hooker, but Ryan Tannehill was a pretty serviceable quarterback.
He was
And
serviceable, but he's not Hendon Hooker.
He's not Hendon Hooker. He's not. Trading A.J. Brown cost Tannehill his career. It cost a coach his career. It was the worst decision the Titans have made. in
Look
quite
at
some
what
time.
Hendon Hooker could do with these receivers that are
Believe me,
there
I
now.
would absolutely love for Hendon Hooker to be.
We'd be
Tennessee.
hanging up 40 points a game on Sundays.
I would have bought a Hendon Hooker jersey, I guarantee you they would have paid his entire salary on jersey sales. I'm not buying a
They
Will
had an
Levis jersey.
alternate jersey.
They would have
in
made.
orange.
They would have made millions.
And of course, my answer would have been Hendon Hooker had I not known you was already picking that. So I had to go with something different. AJ Brown, the trade was just awful.
Mine is getting rid of Mike Grable. Like, I just think that was just a bad decision overall.
I agree with that.
I
That's
do too.
bad. Yeah,
I just
love Brable.
I just don't understand the method in that. He brought you back from being relevant. Like the Titans before he came along, the best thing they ever did was fall short at the 1 yard line. Like that was the last time they were any good.
I tell you what, Spanky, it frustrated me to no end. The first game back this year after the Mike Brable era, we played a Mike Brable offense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we done. We done the same exact thing. Hand the ball off.
I
run 2
still
yards,
think
get tackled.
that all falls behind the Hendon Hooker thing, man.
Hendon Hooker.
You not taking Hendon Hooker cost you millions and millions and
Letting
millions
Derrick Henry
of dollars.
walk too,
The
man.
Titans
Like,
the Titans did have a chance to win over East Tennessee with Hendon
Mm-hmm.
Hooker. Because let's just be honest with
They've
you.
had two
the
chances.
Titans,
Yeah, don't forget Dobbs.
They had Dobbs,
They had Dobbs too. Golly.
and they let him go.
Let's just remember, they might as well change the name to the Nashville Titans because East Tennessee don't give a dang about the Titans.
Yeah, Dobbs about took him to the playoffs with playing like their third string.
Yeah, he come in on a Monday and he was playing on a Thursday and
Yep,
about beat the Cowboys.
Let's get rid of him. Mm-hmm. We got Will Levis in the comments. It says, just back out now, Josh.
Yeah, I know.
I want to hear what Dave Stewart's thoughts are.
Mason says coming up a yard short. We got another Levis. Eda says everything for the Titans.
Everything, yeah.
Ryan Jackson says they should have picked Josh Dobbs. They had him.
They had him.
Yeah.
They had him.
He played.
Let's see. Mason says not getting Derrick Henry any blocking.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts, Stu. I know what your thoughts are. Hey, guys from Dalton, Georgia. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for listening. Chad totally agrees with Spank. We got a bunch of Dobbs. We got a bunch of comments about Dobbs. Letting Derrick Henry walk.
Yeah, that's the
Jamie
second
says.
biggest.
See, how many years is Derrick Henry into his NFL career now?
Hey, it don't matter.
8, 9. The average career length for a running back in the NFL is what, 10 years?
Well, still,
If
they could
that.
at least got something out of him. Why let him walk?
We used him for everything he had.
No.
The man can barely walk.
But still get something out of him. When you got a player like that, don't let him walk.
If they drafted Hendon Hooker, they could have took some of the load off of him.
Yeah.
Don't ever let one of your star players, probably the best player in your franchise history, just walk. I understand if they want to part ways, go somewhere else, but at least get something out of it. Build for your future. 'Cause at the end of the day, that's what the NFL's about. It's about what we're going to do down the line.
Well, I mean, Titans ain't done nothing. I love the
They
Titans.
ain't going to do
Don't get me wrong.
nothing.
Allison says we're just mad because Tennessee drafted a guy from Kentucky.
Because he's terrible.
Don't matter
I don't
where-
care.
Sucks.
No
I
matter
cheered
where
for
he's
Derrick Henry,
from,
and he
he's
came from
awful.
Alabama. So,
Yeah, we all love Derrick Henry, and he come from.
it has nothing to do where Will Levis played. Will Levis is a garbage quarterback.
Shut up and go put mayonnaise in your coffee.
Yeah.
Stu says they should have got Manning back in the day.
I hope
that
you
was
go
their
get some
worst.
always
They
save
could have in
mayonnaise.
free agency.
Yep. That was a lot of comments the other day. Still, I was trying to keep up, so I didn't know which one would have been your worst. Let us know in the comments who is winning the duel. Question 4: out of you three, who is the most athletic?
I'm gonna go with me. Looking at these two over here.
Me.
Yeah,
You,
I'm sneaky athletic, man. I'm like a fat ninja.
dude, I beat you at golf every time we go play.
Golf is not an athletic
Listen,
sport.
listen to this.
You can stand there and swing a
Spanky,
damn
Spanky,
club
you're not even
all
in this
you
question.
want to.
How am
But
I
you
not
don't-
in
you
this
don't- you're not in
question?
this question.
How am I not in this
You
question?
do that fake
Spanky,
stuff.
shut up.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Cut his mic off.
At least I do something worth athletic. Look, I'm not the best wrestler in the world, and quite
Certainly
frankly, I don't
not.
even do it much anymore.
The only thing you're
But I'm
good
telling
at
you, I
when
can
it-
run
as far as-
circles
listen.
around you.
Listen, I will say, you even mentioned golf. We went down to Orlando last year, and I kicked your ass at both air hockey and basketball.
Air hockey?
Air hockey.
We're gonna talk about
That's
air
a
hockey
I'll tell you what.
and free throws.
Vol Daddy.
Let's line it up.
Vol
Let's
Daddy.
get us a
40-yard
test.
dash.
Let's
40-yard dash.
40. All right, bet.
40-yard dash.
40-yard
bet.
dash, I bet I could even win that one.
Let's go.
Line it up. Let's go. There ain't no question about this. It's me.
Rochelle Field's a half mile from here.
Thank you, Stu. Look at that. Look at that.
That is true. Spanky is a pro wrestler, Stu.
Spanky,
What
the only
do
thing,
these two
Spanky,
do?
the only thing you're good at running is your mouth,
The
son.
only thing you're good at wrestling's your right or left hand, whatever. How you feeling?
Well, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, buddy.
He just got excited suddenly.
Mason says Luke sits back and laughs. Yep, I get the luxury of doing that. Brian says I would run over all three of y'all. Go Vols.
Who?
Brian says Luke would run over all three of you.
40-yard dash is happening, boys.
Well, that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
Ada says Spanky got that stamina. She knows from first hand. Mm-hmm. Do you?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm the Nature Boy Ric Flair, baby. Woo!
Okay.
75 years old.
Ada says Josh sweats during a long question response.
She said my name. That's a vote for me.
Jenny says show it live. The race, we can do that. Y'all have to remind me. We'll have to do that. It's darker. Can you turn the lights on at the field? Go down there tonight.
I say we could do it on Rochelle Field, but a jacket would always win on that one. So,
Wow.
All right, question 5. I gotta get caught up on these votes. After seeing the NFL back this week, who is your favorite to win the Super Bowl?
It's going to be Kansas City for a third straight year, man.
Not so fast.
Hey, hold on, I'm still talking. Damn it. The receiving core that they have now to go along with Patrick Mahomes. Last year they had, what was his name, Kadarius Toney from your old team over there.
He's been cut.
Oh, they finally cut him,
Yeah.
and they went out and got Xavier Worthy, and
Great.
it's no question it's going to be Kansas City for a third straight year.
I said it was Kansas City from the beginning. It's hard for me to change my vote on that. Kansas City looked really good this week. They beat a really good Ravens team. They got Rashid Rice. I have Rashid Rice on all 3 of my fantasy leagues, by the way. Kansas City is going to win your Super Bowl for the third straight year, regardless of what Taylor Swift endorses or not endorses. But Kansas City is your Super Bowl champion. I actually agree with Josh on this one. It's hard for me not to.
I'll say this: don't count out Matt Campbell and the Detroit Lions.
Until he starts Hooker, all right.
Well, he's got a veteran in Jared Goff. Hooker's just got to buy his time.
Goff is good. They have him on St. Brown. They have Laporta. And they have Gibbs. I mean, Detroit's loaded.
Detroit is loaded.
Watch out for the 49ers. Watch out for the 49ers.
I don't believe him.
No, ain't none of them can touch Kansas City right now. That's to be, like you said, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Yep.
We've got some Texans. We've got the Lions.
The Texans?
Stu says the Panthers.
That's right. Hey, you can go to the Panthers and Chargers game this weekend, everybody, for only $22.
I can guarantee you one thing. It will not be Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
He just said the Titans could have had Patrick Mahomes.
I got hope in you, Denver.
What year did it? 2016? No.
I had to go back and look at that.
Yeah.
What year? What?
Was Mahomes drafted, and could Tennessee have
I think
drafted
it was
him?
I believe it was 2016.
2016. I think we went pretty far in the playoffs that year. I
Mason,
could be wrong. I don't remember.
Mason says enjoying some Yeehaw Vol Lager and enjoying this.
That is good
a
stuff.
perfect Wednesday. We appreciate it very, very much.
Cole says Cincinnati upsets Kansas City this week. That ain't happening.
No.
Let me know in the comments who won the duel. Freedom Motors. If you're in the market for a car, truck, SUV, work vehicle, or a work van, even a boat, look no further than Freedom Motors. Guaranteed financing. They'll give you the absolute best money for your trade-in. They can guarantee financing solely based off of the relationship and reputation that they have with the local banks. The owner, Chris Looper, has been in the automotive industry for decades. He only brings the best of the best to his lot. Go see Chris at 7765 Maynardville Pike. That's in Knoxville. Or check Freedom Motors inventory online at freedommotors.tn.com. All right, Spur, it's time to announce last week's winner of the football pick'em. Spur, let us know who won on Facebook.
The winner last week was Shane Tullock from Corrington, Tennessee. He went 8-2 along with several others, but Shane Tullock was the closest to the actual score of the game. He guessed, I believe it was 58 total points. So he was only 3 off.
All right, we need to make the announcement for. Will you do that after the show, Spur?
Yeah, we'll make sure we reach out to Shane Tullock on Facebook. I've starred his comment on our post so I can find him pretty easily. And
when there is a winner, there must be a loser. Our records for week 2 were Spanky went 9-1.
Golly, Spanky would have won the actual pick'ems on Facebook.
Spanky done really, really good. Spur went 8-2. By the way, Spanky is 19-6 overall. He's in first place overall.
You can't be doing that right there.
Doing what?
Cofield Athletics. Come on now.
That ain't me. What are you talking
Come
about?
on. Buying votes over here.
See.
Yeah, I knew you'd do that.
Spanky's not even close on it. Well, he's about 6 off. Anyway, Spurs' overall record is 18-7 in second place. Me and Josh both went 6-4 last week. But we got to pick points. There was 61 total points in UT versus NC State. I chose 65. Josh chose 69. So Josh has to draw out of the cup of misfortune right now. You can either do the dare or you must donate $25 for our charity, St. Jude's Hospital. Last week, I had to change my relationship status to married on Facebook. I even created a life event for clarity to make sure that I got it done. So, and the week before that, Spanky had to dance to Barbie Girl and Raining Men.
It was terrible.
It was
Walmart
awesome.
parking lot.
Are you going through all your Facebook pages and voting?
That's exactly
That's
what he's
I
doing.
am not.
Now I know your jokers and the stew crew.
No, I am not.
I just seen you do
The
it.
stew
I just
crew,
watched you do it. No.
the stew crew let you
Yeah, he controls our
let you
Facebook.
vote.
He controls their Facebook.
All right, Josh, I'm gonna give this a good shaking. Like them shake weights.
This is Josh's first ever punishment. Just so you all know.
This is Josh's first punishment. Only grab one.
Make it a good one. Make it a good one.
He's about as red as a fat boy's face on Christmas.
I am a fat boy. This is like Christmas.
You got to show it to the camera.
I can't do this one. I can't do
What's it
this
say?
one. Sing the national anthem at the Wartburg football game.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, truth be told,
So does he get to draw another one then?
yeah, he needs to draw
Okay.
because that one's not possible because the
'Cause
band
he-
does a national anthem now.
Well, he coaches too, so that
He
would be
coaches.
hard.
He can still do it.
No,
Oh, come on.
I've already asked permission on that one.
We're giving him a number 2. There's some worse ones in here.
That would have been good.
We could have had him sing the national, done a voice recording.
Bring the mic on the field.
Call a random number and sing them a love song.
Oh, we can certainly
Call
do
a
that.
random number. We can do that. You gonna do it, or you gonna donate $25 to St. Jude's?
I'll donate $25 this week.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
I want one of the worst ones.
What?
You're going to dude, that's the easiest one of all.
No.
It's a stranger. You don't even have to tell them who you are.
They gonna hang up, so it ain't gonna matter.
You never know.
But that's
weak.
out
You're so weak.
$25.
That's
Hey,
all
remember-
right. It's going.
hey,
It's
hey, y'all
going.
vote
Oh,
right
we see
now.
where that's coming
Y'all
from.
voting on this duel. Remember, Josh is weak. You won't even call a random number.
Won't even do it. At least I'm man enough to do mine.
I'll do it for you. Golly. that's
I'm
bad.
going to donate my money to the St. Jude's.
All right. So Josh, instead of
We're going to need to see a receipt.
doing the dare, he's not gonna call a random number and sing a love song. He's gonna donate $25 to St. Jude's Hospital.
No, I'm just saying it's not going to be good content because they're just going to hang up on me.
No, we'll make sure of it.
Oh,
No,
it would be good content. It would be very funny. What if you got Edith's number?
No.
Sing Edith's love song.
We're going to talk to you.
Mason
with
I don't
Bridget,
wanna- I don't
all
wanna ta-
Josh's votes go to Spunker. That's right.
I don't want to take Spanky's woman from him.
Coach Ryan Jackson's very upset with you right now.
I know he is. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Everybody's saying, "Come on, man, you can do that."
Come on.
If I could, no,
I think it's because you can't sing.
I can't sing. I'll be the first one to admit it. I cannot sing.
If I had to.
We have over 10,000 likes on TikTok. We appreciate y'all very, very much.
believe
Our
it.
sponsor, Stephen Hensley Insurance and Realty, donates $100 of every real estate closing to charities. He's already donated $8,100 the first 6 months of doing this. Some of those charities include Cofield and Wartburg Youth Clubs and the Legends of Tennessee Football Camp. He's your go-to resource for all things insurance and real estate in our area. 865-742-1672 is his direct line. Call or text him, whichever you prefer. Please let him know that we sent you. There's some people very upset with
I
I
know.
think we have found
But
Josh's
there-
biggest fear. Josh just told me he would shave his eyebrow before he done that.
Yeah, definitely.
You do not like to sing in public.
No.
That's why you wouldn't do the national anthem. You wouldn't have been all right with that.
No, I can't. I literally cannot.
I
sing the
literally
national anthem
danced
at Wartburg.
in front of people at Walmart. I had an
Okay, I
old lady
would've-
wave at me.
You danced
That's
for
fine.
one chorus.
You danced for one chorus. You were supposed to dance for a whole song.
Was it written in the contract? Did I sign anything? No, I didn't.
It
So
did
you
say
can't
it-
make me
it-
do
it-
jack
it-
squat.
He did do YMCA too, though.
That's fair.
He walked out to his Raining
That's
Man.
fair.
So,
I was about to be upset with him then.
I just don't sing, man. It's just not me. I'll donate my money
Look,
to
guys,
a good
he
charity.
does have a good point. Like, if he don't want to do it, like, let's not make him because look, we don't want to hurt everyone's
The
hearing
recalls.
aids and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, it would
Like,
be.
we don't want to do that to the people of this
not
country.
Dogs be barking, cats be meowing, cows be coming
I vote
home.
we make
It'd
him
be-
draw again.
No,
Double or nothing. Double or nothing.
are you all right?
Double or nothing.
Whatever. Nicholas Tiedler, my tattoo artist, said, got the hogs out, put some socks on. Go Vols. Let's see. He says, not it's Running Man. Yeah, check out the TikTok of Spanky dancing. You'll
And
like
if he
it.
doesn't do this one, he's got to donate $100 to St. Jude.
All right, let's do it one more time. We'll get him in the beginners.
No, going like this is the worst
You
one.
eat the mayonnaise. Eat the mayonnaise. Eat the mayonnaise.
I think it's two of them right there. No, just one.
I'm putting this one back in there.
Let's start.
Hey.
It's the one he's seen.
Pretended to be Jehovah's Witness for 3 houses.
What?
And I had to do the same thing, so we're good.
Pretend to be a Jehovah's Witness for 3 hours.
Good. We can
Or
team
3
up.
houses.
Three
3
houses.
houses.
Let me
can
see
still-
if I can
we
show
do
it
that
to the
together.
We can team up.
Yeah, because I got to do the same thing from last year still.
Show it to the camera. So Josh, his punishment for losing the football pick'ems is he has to pretend to be a Jehovah Witness for 3 houses.
I say we pick the houses he goes to.
Oh, that would be good. We could do some Cofield houses.
Whoa.
Yeah, I say we pick the houses he goes
All right,
to.
let's get on with this. I'm good with that.
Oh yeah, we'll do it. All right. It's time for football pick'ems. Game 1. The New York Jets at Tennessee Titans.
Jets, Jets.
Jets.
Call me crazy here, boys. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yep, crazy. I'm going Jets as well. Game 2. The Pittsburgh Steelers at Denver Broncos.
Let's ride.
Give me the Steelers.
Steelers.
You went Broncos, Spanky?
Let's ride.
I didn't wuss out. I done another one.
Huh?
I was talking to Edith over here.
Oh, Edith. I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers as well. Game 3, San Francisco 49ers at Minnesota Vikings.
Niners.
Yeah, give me the 49ers.
Niners.
49ers around the board. I can't believe they had that rushing attack without McCaffrey last week. Or I guess I should say Monday. Game 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Detroit Lions.
Biting their kneecaps off. Give me the Lions.
Hey, the Buccaneers looked really good in Week 1. Baker Mayfield was actually a really good quarterback again. But give me Detroit.
You know what? Give me Detroit as well.
I've also got Detroit. Lions around the board. Let's get in some college ball now. Game 5, Notre Dame at Purdue.
I think Notre Dame bounces back after this one. Give me the Irish.
I can't stand Purdue. Give me Notre Dame. You know what? I may hate Purdue more than I hate Notre Dame.
Yeah, give me Notre Dame on this one.
So just to make sure we've got Notre Dame for Josh. Spanky Notre Dame.
Yep.
I'm
And
Notre Dame
Spurs
as well.
got who?
Notre Dame. We're all Notre Dame.
Not me. I'm going Purdue.
Oh, I like it.
Game 6, number 9 Oregon at Oregon State.
Oregon.
Ooh.
I'm going to take Oregon. I'm not confident, though.
Overtime game. Give me the Ducks.
Going off against you all here too. I'm going to go Oregon State. Game 7, Boston, number 24 Boston College at number 6 Missouri.
I'm going to take Missouri.
O'Brien's going to have Boston College ready to play. If this game was at Boston College, I'd pick them, but I'm going to give Missouri because that atmosphere at Missouri is just second to none. Have you ever been to any stadium as loud as Missouri Stadium?
Spurs stop.
Give me Missouri.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. This game's going to end up in a tie. Missouri.
I'm saying that's impossible.
I'm going Missouri as well, but I'm pulling very hard for Boston College.
Yes.
Game 8, number 4, Alabama at Wisconsin.
I went back and forth on this one. I'm going to take Bama, but in a close one. Very, very close.
I'm going to take Bama as well.
Bama by 3.
I've got Bama also, but, man, I'm pulling hard for the Badgers. Game 9, Friday night game. Number 20, Arizona, and number 14, Kansas State.
Give me the Wabash Cannonball.
The what?
Kansas State. It's one of their fight songs, the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar.
Kansas State's hard to play at. I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas State.
I'm going Kansas State as well. I think I already said that.
Yep, I'm going Kansas State as well.
Coach
I know one
Snyder, no,
thing. I
Kansas State
hope
Penitentiary.
I hope Purdue and Oregon State pull through, or I'm going to be the loser because y'all all
We're pretty
buddy
close.
over there. Game 10, we're all picking Tennessee over Kent State, but I need the total points.
Give me 72.
63-0.
Give me 60 to zip.
I'm going 70. Spur, you operate the Facebook page for the Pickems. Explain to the people how these Pickems go for our listeners.
All right. Again, for those of you that's not done this before, it will be on the Vols Deep Podcast Facebook page. First thing tomorrow morning. Comment only under the Vols Deep Podcast page. Luke, myself, Josh, and Smakey will all share it, but please only comment under the Vols Deep page. The winners you would like to choose and the total points for the Tennessee-Kent State game. Remember, there is a game Friday night, so as soon as Arizona and Kansas State kick off, that's when the contest will close. Winner was going to get $25 from Hound Dogs.
The winner will get $25 to Hound
Can
Dogs.
I enter into the contest, Spur?
To Hound Dogs Knoxville. Some
I
cool
believe I
things
can.
from the Vol Navy as well, as soon as that package comes in. Thank you all for listening to us, whether it's live or after we publish our live. Check us out on all podcast platforms, all social media platforms. We appreciate all of our sponsors more than we can put into words. Please support them because they support us and they make this show happen. The Duel. Y'all gonna get mad, but Spanky 1 by 1.
That's fine.
That's right. That's right. Give it here.
How many times did you vote for
Give
yourself?
it here.
He voted.
I didn't even count his.
Give it here. Give it
You
here.
didn't count his multiple accounts?
Give it here.
No, especially his account.
Give it here.
I watched you vote 6 times. He did. Voted 6 times over here. But whatever.
Yeah,
Part of it.
Jamie voted for you like 1,000 times. So yeah.
Thanks, Jamie.
But we appreciate y'all very much. We'll upload this tonight, and we'll be back. We might even see you all Saturday morning at the Vol Navy.
The orange team always prevails.
Yep.
We will be there.
Hey, we may be doing a live podcast here, so pay
That's what I'm
attention.
saying. Might be on top of a boat or something. You never know.
I'm on a boat.
Hey, guys, go Vols.
Go Vols.